Hello! Today we're going to be playing Emio the Smiling Man, which is the third game from the Famicom Detective Club series. I've been really wanting to play it. I really enjoyed the first two games when they came to the Switch out a couple years ago. I think they were originally NES games, I believe. But they're really fun. They're, detective mysteries. You play as this young detective. And, yeah, I'm hoping to have a lot of fun with it. I think there's only Japanese audio options, so I'm going to really read out the English text after the Japanese audio so that people can just kind of have this on in the background and not worry about it. So without further ado, let's begin the investigation. And as we go, I'll find a good place for my little avatar buddy.
日差しも暖かく、思わず伸びや深呼吸をしたくなってしまうような気持ちのいい朝。
It was a nice day. The kind of day where you want to take a deep breath and savor the moment.
先生、おはようございます。
Morning, Mr. Utsuki.
僕は自分の仕事場である宇津木探偵事務所の扉を開けた。
I'm ready for my workday at the Utsuki Detective Agency.
いや、おはよ
Ah, good morning.
今朝はいい天気ですね。あ、そうだ。せっかくなので掃除でもしましょうか。
Good morning. Nice weather, isn't it? Maybe we should tidy up, open a window?
先生からいいねという反応をもらい、
He
窓を
didn't
開けた
object.
その時、
So I went to open the window. That's when...
う。はい。宇津木探偵事務所です。
Utsuki Detective Agency. Utsuki speaking. How can I help you?
はい。
Oh, mm-hmm.
はい。
Mm-hmm.
わかりました。
Is that right?
今から向かいます。
I understand. I'll be right there.
先生、何かあったんですか？
What's going on? Who was that?
カマさんから応援の依頼が入ったんだ。ちょうどいい。君も一緒に行こ
That was Kamada requesting our services. I'm heading to the scene, and you're coming with me.
鎌田警部から。わかりました。
Inspector Kamada called us? Yes, sir. Prologue. A face.
「僕たちが到着した現場は幸福市にある人気のない排水ポンプ場だった。
Mr. Utsuki drove us to a drainage pump station in Kofuku City.
宇津木探偵事務所の方ですね。ご苦労様です。
You're from the Utsuki Detective Agency, right? Glad you could make it.
お疲れ様です。
Of course.
何があったんですか？
What's the situation?
ここで遺体が見つかったんだ。今朝、匿名の通報があったんだよ。
It's a body, I'm afraid. Got an anonymous tip this morning.
男子中学生の遺体だったんだ。子供が被害に遭う事件はやりきれんよ。
The victim was young. I'd say middle school. You never get used to this kind of thing.
絞殺による窒息死だ。
The victim was strangled, so asphyxiation.
夕べの9時頃だと考えられているんだ。
Our best guess right now is around 9 o'clock last night. about the victim.
着ていた制服から地元の中学生だと見ているんだが、身元は現在紹介中だよ。
He's wearing a school uniform, local junior high. Beyond that, we don't have a confirmed ID yet. Observations?
気づいたことね。何かあったかな。
Observations so far? Let me think about that.
先生はどこだ？
Where's Mr. Utsuki? I could use some help with this guy.
先生は向こうで警察の人と話している。今は僕だけで話を聞いておこう。
Mr. Utsuki's over there talking to the police. Let's just listen to what people have to say for now.
詳細がわかるにはもう少し時間がかかるよ。
That's all we've got for now. Forensics is on it. Anything else?
気づいたことね。
Nope.
何かあったかな。
Any more on the cause of death?
紐状のもので首を絞められたようだね。
The victim could have been strangled with rope or a cord, some kind of string.
被害者について話せるのは
I'm sorry, but that's all the info I have about that.
あのことを話していたかったな。
Oh, but there was another observation. And?
あのことって何なんですか？
What is it?
実は発見された時、被害者は異様な様子だったんだよ。
Well, it's not every day you find a body, let alone one that looks like this.
異様な様子？
Like what?
最初に見た時は正直ギョッとしたよ。
Ugh,
仏さんを見たのは初めてだからな。
I get chills just thinking about it. Never seen anything like it before. So,
君もあの被害者を見たらきっと驚くよ。
I don't think I can describe it. You might just have to see it for yourself. Let's go look at the victim
そ
then.
の被害者の遺体を見せてもらえないでしょうか？
Will you take me to see the victim?
それはどうだろうか。
I shouldn't have said anything.
探偵とはいえ、一般人に被害者を見せるのは不適切だとか世間がうるさいからね。
Do you have the right kind of clearance for that? I might need to check with someone. Okay.
でもまあ、君ならいいんじゃないかな。今回が初めてってわけでもないし。
On the other hand, I'd hate to bug them. You've done this before, right?
いいんですか？ありがとうございます。
You're letting me? Thanks. I appreciate your help.
今回はちょっと見るだけにしておいてくれよ。
Just, don't touch anything or anything like that. And it's that easy to talk your way into a crime scene. Hey, what are you doing? Huh?
やじ馬を止めもしないで。どうなってるのこの現場は。
This is an active crime scene, officer. Your job is to keep the lose out.
あ、久世刑事、お疲れ様です。実はこの少年は。
You don't understand, Detective Kuze. This guy is supposed to be here.
自分でご挨拶します。僕は
I'll explain. Hi, my name's...
待って、そっちで話しましょう。
Hold that thought. Let's find somewhere else to talk.
で、誰なのあなた。
Alright. Name. What should the name be? What name do I want? Let's go with... what's a kind of normal sounding name? Let's go with... oh, you know what? Here we go. Detective Conan. Last name, What's a good last name? Detective Conan and Sherlock Holmes. I think that's the perfect name for this.
僕、宇津木探偵事務所の者です。
My name's Conan Holmes. I'm here with the Utsuki Detective Agency.
探偵？
Wait, you're a PI?
その探偵が
Who hired
一
you?
体何の用なの？
Well, so,
こっちが聞いてるの。質問に答えなさい。
it sounds like you're about to ask me a question, but you still haven't answered mine. I guess we have to.
聞いてるの？質問に答えてくれる？
You're not getting out of this that easy. Answer the question.
この刑事さん、ずいぶんピリピリしているけど、
This detective seems pretty
僕
tense.
が出しゃばってるのが気に入らないみたいだな。
I get the sense she's not happy about us being called in.
キョロキョロしてないで質問に答えてくれる？
Look, if you want to investigate, you're gonna have to answer my questions first.
この刑事さん、ずいぶんピリピリしているけど、
She's so tense, I bet if I looked closely, I could see the stress on her face. On her face.
女性刑事だ。敏腕刑事というイメージだな。
This must be Detective Kuze. Seems like she takes crime scene security pretty seriously. Wow.
クゼ君、ご苦労様。
Kuze, I see you've already met our friend here.
鎌田警部、お邪魔しています。
Oh, Inspector Kamada, good to see you.
彼はわしが呼んだんじゃ。ああ、それから。
You don't mind a little outside help on this one, do you?
こちらは私立探偵の宇津木さんじゃ。彼は宇津木さんの助手なんじゃよ。
This is Mr. Utsugi, a private detective, and this is his assistant, Conan Holmes. But, sir,
宇津木さんとは古い付き合いでな、ちょっと思うところがあって来てもらったのじゃが。
Utsugi and I go way back, don't we? It's just a shame we're reconnecting over such unpleasant business.
はじめまして、宇津木です。お仕事の邪魔をして申し訳ありません。
It's a pleasure to meet you, Detective Kuze. I'm sorry to interrupt your good work here.
どうも、クゼです。
That's okay. It's nice to meet you too.
失礼ですが、どこかでお目にかかりませんでしたか？
You know, it's the strangest thing, but I feel like we've met before.
いえ、私立探偵に知り合いはおりません。
I don't think so. I haven't worked with any PIs before.
鎌田警部、私は現場に戻ります。失礼します。
In any case, I need to get back to the scene, Inspector Kamada, if you would excuse me. Sheesh. About Kuze.
驚いたじゃろ。
He's surprisingly strict, no, but don't take it personally, Holmes.
クゼ君は優秀なのじゃが、少し真面目すぎるというか、自他共に対して厳しいところがあっての。
Kuze is the best we've got, but she can be hard on the others, herself too.
申し訳ない。気を悪くせんでくれ。
Hope she didn't rub you the wrong way, kid.
いえ、僕なら大丈夫です。
No, sir, this is a tough situation, I get it.
神、あんた今何時だと思ってるのよ。
Kami, you're late.
ありゃりゃ、 また始まっ
What's
たか。
that? Oh, here we go again. Hmm? About the victim.
まだ中学生か。かわいそうにの。
The poor kid was just in middle school. You hate to see it.
また始まったって何のことでしょうか？
Sir, what did you mean when you said, here we go again?
あれじゃ。
Eh? I meant what I said?
すみません先輩、昨日ちょっと用事で遅くなって。
Sorry, I'm late, partner. The traffic was bad and I forgot my briefcase, so I had to go back and...
言い訳はいいの。どうせまた飲みすぎたとかなんでしょ。だいたいあんたはいつも。
Have you been drinking? You might be able to pull this with another partner, but not me.
勘弁してくださいよ先輩。
Come on, give me a break.
やれやれ。
Oh, what a mess.
久世刑事が男の刑事を怒ってる。
She's
すごい剣幕だ。
really ripping into him.
いつものことなんじゃ。気にせんで。
Sorry about that, kid. Nothing to do with you.
あの男の刑事さん、なんだかかわいそう。
I'm feeling a bit sorry for the other detective. I guess we'll try to look at the victim again.
すまんが、それは無理な話じゃの。
Sorry, kid. That's out of the question at the moment. Why?
しかし、今日の久世君はやけに厳しいの。不機嫌なんじゃろか。
It's not Kuze's fault, but she sure does seem off today. Tread lightly.
先生とは事務所に戻ってから話せばいい。
Yeah, okay. Hmm.
そういえば、さっきの警官、被害者の様子が異様だったと言っ
Didn't
て
the
いたな。
first officer I spoke to say that the victim looked strange?
男の刑事が久世刑事に怒られている。
Man, Detective Kuze's not taking it easy on the other detective. Could choose where I want to look.
不法投棄ゴミから手がかりを見つけ出そうとしているように見える。
Looks like the officers are sifting for clues in that garbage.
なんじゃ？
What is it?
なんと、ズボンのチャックが全開じゃ。
My flies down.
これは失礼。
Thanks for that. Alright, man.
親近感。
Just paying it forward, I guess. Okay.
被害者は発見された時異様な様子だったと聞いたのですが。
Well, I heard that the state of the victim is slightly disturbing.
あ、その通りじゃ。だから宇津木さん
Could
に来
say
てもらっ
that.
たんじゃよ。
That's part of the reason I've called Mr. Utsuki.
どういうことなんだ？
What would that have to do with Mr. Utsuki?
どんな様子か気になるじゃろ。君にも見せてやりたいところなのじゃが。
Anyway, I'm sure you'd like to get your eyes on him, and I'd take you right over, but
あの仏さん
I'm
は
afraid that forensics
つい
is
さっき
examining
移
the
送
body
されて
right now.
ここにはもう
It's been
ないんだ
transferred.
よ。もっとも
And
君が
well,
調
I'm
べ
not
る
sure
のは
Detective
久世
Kuze would
君が
allow you
許
two
さ
to
れ
get a
んじゃろう
look.
常識的に考えれば
Good old
彼
Kuze,
女が
following
正しいわ
police
の
procedures to a T.
確かにそうですよね。
でもまあこれくらい
Well,
は
look.
構わんじゃろ
Here's what I can share with you.
う。これが発見された時の仏さんの姿なんじゃ。
This is how he looked when we found him. Not great. I didn't think the Saints were doing that bad. But not great. That's kind of a sensitive joke. Sorry.
とりあえず我々は引き上げよう。
Let's wrap this up for now. You good with that, Conan?
はい先生。
Yeah, I mean, yes, sir, Mr. Utsuki.
こちらから声をかけといて、君や
I'm
宇津木さん
sorry
に
you had to come
申し
all
訳
this
ないことを
way.
したの？
いいえ。
It's quite
で
all
は
right.
また後ほど。
Let's be in touch. Hmm. That's creepy. Very, very creepy. Hmm. Cutscene. Oh, there you go. There's the title screen. Alrighty then. That was freaking spooky. That's... Well, there's a... Oh, we're just kind of frozen on here for a second. Okay. Oh, here we go. Chapter 1, The Urban Legend. There were some... There's a couple of spooky moments in this game, but I think the other games were rated like
あの
T,
被害者の様子、
so
驚いただろ。
it'll be interesting to see what made this game rated M. Wasn't easy to look at the victim, was it?
かなり奇妙な
It
姿でした
never
ね。
is, but yeah. About the victim.
被害者は佐々木英介、
We got a few more
15歳の男
details.
子。地元の公立中学の3
The
年生。
victim's name was Aisuke Sasuke, who was just 15, still in middle school.
死因は首を絞められたことによる窒息死。
As you heard, the official cause of death was asphyxiation by strangulation.
警察は他殺と見ているよ。
The police suspect homicide.
被害者には目立った外傷などはなかったようだ。
There were no signs of
顔
a
見知りの犯
struggle,
行か、あるいは
which
不意を
points to a
突かれた。
surprise attack, or someone the victim knew.
あくまで現時点での推測だがね。
That's just me speculating, though. Hmm.
しかし何より気になるの
In
が
any
死
case,
亡した彼のあの姿。
what I'm most concerned about at this point is that paper bag.
はい。
Right.
先生は何か心
What
当
do
た
you
りか。
think it means?
ああ、実は彼が発見された時のあの姿が
Thing is, I've seen it before.
18年前に起きたある
It
事
must
件
have
の
been
被害者とそっくりなんだよ。
18 years ago now? We've had a rash of cases like this one.
する
Victims
と、その
found
当時
with
の被
paper
害者は
bags on their
あの
heads?
か。
ああ、そうだ。
Exactly
今
that.
またあんな被害者の姿を見
It's
るとは
not
思
something
わな
I
かったな。
thought I'd ever see again. And about the murders from 18 years ago?
18年前、幸福市で連続
It
少女
was
殺人事件が起き
18 years ago. Kofuku City. We had multiple victims, all young girls. Okay, that's interesting. Because this one presumably is a young boy. That breaks the MO. Hmm.
連続少女殺人事件。
All girls. Hmm.
年齢はまちまちだが、3人の被害者は全て10代
Let's see.
の女の子。
I believe we had 3 victims, all girls between the ages of 13 and 19.
いずれも素手によって殺害さ
And
れ
the
た。
killer used bare
つまり
hands,
虐殺だ
manual
ったというこ
strangulation.
とだね。
Right, and this wasn't bare hands, right? It was a rope or a cord or something. Which would presume that this isn't the same killer.
しかもその全員が笑顔が描かれた紙袋をかぶった姿で発見されたんだ。
When we found them, they all had paper bags over their heads, with smiling faces drawn on them. Oh.
少女たちは同じ年頃だというだけで特につながりのようなものはなかったよ
We
うだ。
couldn't establish any connection between the victims. They were all just around the same age.
そしてその事件は未解
And I'm
決だ。
sorry to say,
犯人は
we
まだ
never
捕まっ
solved
て
the
いないんだよ。
case. The killer is still out there. Or are they?
じゃあ今回の事件
So
は
we could be looking at,
同一人物による犯行の可能性は否
it
定
could
で
be
きな
the
い
same
と思うよ。
person. Oh man.
18年前の事件の被害者は
Three teenage girls strangled to death by hand.
手で首を絞められた
What a
ってわけ
nightmare.
18年前の被害者たちはすべて10代の女の子だった。
All of the victims 18 years ago were teenage girls. I know.
ここまでの情報の中で被害者について何か
It's a
思う
lot
と
to
こ
take
ろは
in,
ない
I
の
know.
かい？
But do you have any thoughts on the case so far?
18年前の被害者は
Doesn't quite
全員
add
の
up.
女の子
Three female victims 18 years ago. And now a
佐々木
middle school
英介
boy?
男の子だ
Poor Aisuke Sasaki. Can I call the phone?
事務所の電話だ数年前に留守番電話が使えるものに変えたんだよな
Oh, there's an actual answering. I guess I can't dial the phone now. Okay. Oh, I don't have a use option. Some of the other games, at some point, you have to actually use the phone, or you can call the phone. And there's at least one Easter egg in the second game with a number you have to dial. I wanted to see if there was an Easter egg in this game.
18年前の事件の被害者は
It doesn't quite add
全
up.
て女の子だったん
Why
で
would a
すよ
serial killer who targeted girls 18 years ago come back
そう。
and
今回
target
の
a
被害
boy?
者は佐々
Aisuke
木英介
Sasaki.
という男の子だ。確かにそこは相違点だね。もっとも
Yeah, I'm asking myself the same question.
当時の事件の被害者女の子ばか
We
りだ
have
っ
to
た理
consider
由
the
は
possibility
不明
that
の
the
ままだ。
previous victims, all being female, was a coincidence. Well, there's only 3. Pretty big coincidence, though.
たまたまだった
We
のかも
always
しれ
look
ない
for a pattern, but we could be overthinking it.
今分かってい
I
るのは
wish we had a
ここ
little
まで
more
だ
to。work with.
長い時を隔てた2つの
Still,
事件
I
が
can't shake the
どこ
feeling
か
that
で
there's
つ
a
ながるのか
connection.
もしれないね。重要なことは
I trust you've
ちゃ
been
んと
keeping
手
good
帳にメモ
notes.
したかな？
You never know when a seemingly
使い方は
trivial
もちろん
detail will
分かって
make all
る
the
ね。
difference. Any important information you gather will automatically be recorded in your notebook. To open and review your notes, move the cursor to open notebook and press the A button.
メモを重視することは探偵の基本だ。
Why don't you open up your notebook
早
right now?
速開いてみてはど
Let
う
me
だ
see
い？
if you've got everything. Oh, interesting. You didn't really have to do much with the notebook, I don't feel like, in the other 2 games. Oh, you didn't, because this is not what it looked like at all. Eisuke Sasaki, 15 years old, junior high student, a student at Minami Daisen Junior High, the apparent victim of a murder. His body was found at a pump station in Kofuku City. Aisuke's cause of death was asphyxiation due to strangulation. It appears he was choked with a rope-like object. The estimated time of death was 9 p.m. A paper bag with a smile drawn on it was found on the victim's head. In addition of Aisuke's body was... Is Aisuke or Aisuke? I don't know. Eisuke's body was similar to the victims of serial murders of girls 18 years ago in Kofuku City. Junko Kuze, 26 years old, detective. Junko Kuze is a detective working on the Eisuke Sasaki case. 26 years, so 18 years ago would have been would have been 8 years old. Here's me, 19 years old. Conan Holmes. Kimiharu Kamada. 55 years old, inspector. Inspector Kamada is lead on the Eisuke Sasaki case. He's apparently known Utsuki for a long time. And Shunsuke Utsuki. 40 years old, private investigator. His was 18. Would have been 30, nope, 20, yeah, 22. Would have been 22 at the time. And he would have been 55, 18, so it would have been 37. Interesting. All right.
被害者の性別の
I
違
don't
いに
know.
は
Maybe
何
it's
か深い
significant
意
we
味
now
があ
have
る
a
のか
male
もしれ
victim.
ないね。
Who's to say? I think.
先生から他に聞くことってあったっけ？
Is there something else he said that's missing? There was. There was, but I can't. Hmm.
あゆみちゃんが来たみたいだぞ。
Ah, that must be Ayumi.
お疲れ様です。
Hi, guys.
あゆみちゃん。
Ayumi-chan. Or, hey,
何
Ayumi.
の
Wow,
話を
geez
していた
Louise.
んですか？
Am I interrupting something? You both look so serious.
僕と先生は今回の事件のことを
Utsuki and I told Ayumi everything we knew.
それっ
You're
て
joking,
まる
right?
でエミオ
That's
の
an
話
urban
じゃないです
legend.
か。
Haven't you heard of Emio? You know, the smiling man?
エミオ
The who? The smiling man.
あゆみちゃん、エミオって何
Tell
なの？
me about the smiling man, Ayumi.
微笑みのエミに
You
男
might
って
also
書
hear him
い
called
て
Emio,
エミ
a
オ。
name that uses the characters
都
for
市伝説
smile
の
and
一つな
man.
の。
都市伝説。
And it's an
Dona
urban
Toshitensetsu.
legend?
笑顔が
Well,
描かれた
the
紙
story
袋を
goes
か
that a
ぶった
man
男
wearing a
が
paper bag with a
悲し
smiley
い女
face
の子
on
の
it
前に現れるってい
appears in
う
front
都
of
市
the
伝説
crying
よ。
girl. That would make sense.
笑顔が描かれた紙袋。
Paper bag with a smiley face on it? Are you serious?
うん、そうなの。
Yes, of course.
エミオは笑顔が描かれた紙袋をかぶって泣いている女の子の前に現れ、
So like I said,
you
the
know.
smiling man appears in front of a crying girl with a paper bag on his head and he says, "Aw, you look sad. But you don't have to. After all, I can give you a smile that will last forever." That is creepy.
そして女の子は殺されて、エミオと同じ紙袋をかぶせられたまま、その
And
場
they
に置き
always
去りに
find
さ
the
れる。
victim afterward with a paper bag on her head, just like the smiling man wore. Wow.
というのが最も
Anyway,
一般的な話
That's
な
the
の。
most common version of the story.
エミオにもいろいろ
You
な
said
話があ
that's
る
the
の。
most common version of
他
the
の都市
story.
伝説みたいに。
What are some other versions?
うん。
Well,
時に
some say
笑えば
that if you stop crying and
エミオはそのまま
smile at the
立ち去る
smiling man,
と
he'll
いう
walk away
話もあっ
instead
た
of
り、
killing you.
エミオの素
But
顔
I've
を
also
見た
heard
ら
that if you
殺
look
される
directly at his
と
face,
か。
he's definitely gonna kill you.
笑えば立ち去る。
So
顔を見れば
smile and he walks away, look at his face and he kills you. Got it.
でも泣いている女の子の前に現れるというのは全てに共通していることなの。
It's always a crying girl though. All versions agree on that part. Huh?
都市伝説か。
So the thing about urban legends
口頭無形な
is
もの
that
が
they're
ほと
not
んどだが、
all legends.
実際に起きた事件が
Some
背
of
景
them
にある
hold a
もの
kernel
も
of
少なくない。
truth.
今回の事件は
For
そ
now,
の
I'm treating
後者
this
だ
as
と考え
valuable
るべきなの
information.
かもしれん。かなり複雑な背景がありそうだ
I'd
な。
say we have a lot of
今
work to
回の
do.
事件には。
Let's split up and get to it.
というところで、これ
But
を
but
二人に渡
first,
してお
I'd
く。
like you to take these.
これは
Are those
携帯電話。
cell phones? Cool.
これで連絡が取りやすくなるだろう。
Please be in touch if there are any developments. Go on, take them. Taking a cell phone. Doesn't matter which one. Okay.
ありがとうございます。活用していきます。
Thanks. I'll keep it close by.
ありがとうございます。
Yes, thank you.
さて、
Now,
僕
if
が
you'll
確かめたい
excuse
こと
me,
があ
I've
る
got
か
to
ら
follow up on
出かけて
something.
くる。調査内容の分
I'd
担
like
は
both of you to work
二人で
together
相
and
談し
decide
て
the
決め
best
て
way
ほ
to
しい。
split up your research. Understood?
わかりました。
Yes, sir, understood.
いってらっしゃい先生。
Got it. See you later, sir.
あゆみちゃん、どうやって手分けしよう
So,
か。
how do you want to tackle this, Ayumi?
その
I think
前
we should
に
start by
今
reviewing
日
our
分かったこ
notes
とを
and
整
seeing
理
if
して
there's anything
推
we
理す
can
るのがいいんじゃ
deduce.
ないかしら。
そうだね。
Good plan. Let's review.
今朝、遺体で発見された佐
We
々
have
木
a
君は
victim. Eisuke Sasaki, discovered this morning. Based on what we know so far, I would suspect homicide.
その様子から他殺だと考えられている。
ええ、そうね。
I think you're right.
そして
Now,
佐々木
Eisuke
君は
was
発見
wearing
さ
a
れた
paper
時、
bag with a smile
笑
on
顔
it
が
when he
描
was
かれた紙
found.
袋をかぶっていた。彼のその姿は
And there's a certain similarity. It's like the real life case of the smiling man.
エミオ事件という実際に起きた犯罪の犠牲者と
I think.
よく似
As we
てい
said.
るようだ。
エミオは都市伝説よ。
Oh, I guess it is the urban legend.
そうだったよね。
Yes, that's on me.
そしてその都市伝説は
I
18
thought I
年
did
前
say
に
he did put it
幸
back
福市
on.
で起きた連続少女殺人事件を連想させる内容だ。
But what if it is based on the actual murders that took place 18 years ago in Kofuku
エ
City?
ミオの都市伝説は18年前の事件が元となったものなん
It's
だろ
possible a horrible incident like that could have spawned such a morbid story, right?
う。その都市伝説と佐
Still,
々木英介君殺
we
害
need
と
to
の
establish some sort of connection.
今回の被害者は男の子
The
なのよ
victim
ね。
was a boy, right?
そうなんだよ。
That's right.
先生の話によれ
And
ば
all three victims in the older cases were girls,
男の子の被
according
害
to
者
Mr.
はなかったん
Utsuki.
だよ。
でも無関係とは思えないわね。
Yeah, it doesn't seem likely that was only coincidence. It's probably
佐々
relevant.
木くんは同じような紙袋をかぶせられていたんだもの。
That poor kid, Isuke, covered in one of those horrible paper bags. Yeah.
他に何か気になることはなかったの？
Was there anything else on your mind? Hmm.
私は現場を見ていないから何とも言えないわ。
I wasn't at the scene of the crime, so I only know what you've told me so far. Let's see. Let's think.
他に気になるこ
What
と
am
は
I missing?
そういえば
Oh, I should
今回
mention
の
that
事
we
件の
met
担
the
当刑事
detective
の
assigned to the case.
クゼっていう女性の
Her
刑事
name's
さん
Kuze.
先生が知っているみたい
Utsuki
なんだ。
seemed to recognize her from somewhere.
先生は何とおっしゃってるの？
Has Mr. Utsuki worked with her before?
実は聞きそびれちゃってよくわからないんだ。
I'm not sure. I didn't ask.
そうなのね。
Hmm.
とりあえずどうしまし
Well,
ょうか。
where do we go from here?
そうだな。まずは
Great question. Wish I had the answer.
何せよ情報が全く足りてないから
Maybe it's
警
worth
察署
checking
に
in
行っ
with the
て
police again.
話を聞いてこようと思うんだ。
Forensics could have dug something up by now.
じゃあ私は
Good idea.
佐々木くん
If
の
it's
最
alright
近
with
の様
you,
子と
I
か
think
を
I'll
調
try
べ
to
てみ
find
る
out
こと
more
に
about
す
the
るわ。
victim.
それでいい
Poor
よね。
guy.
頼んだよ。
That would be helpful. Thanks. To the police station.
じゃあ行ってくるよ。
Alright. See you later.
私も出かけ
Good
るわ。
luck.
私たちって
I
探
don't
偵
think
とし
we're
てま
ready
だ
for
まだだ
that
けど、
yet, but
二人で
if we keep
力を
working
合わせて
together,
頑張ろうね。
maybe one day.
そうだね。
Yeah, right.
じゃあまた後でね。
Okay, I'm off. See you later. The police station. Let's see what we can find and dig up. I'm still. I feel like
鎌田警
it's a
部いるだろうか。
copycat. I wonder if Inspector Kamada is even here.
お近くに不警さんがいるぞ。
I'll see if one of the officers can
Hello.
help.
お忙しいところをすみません。
Excuse me. Sorry to bother you, but can you help me out?
こんにちは。
Hello,
何かご
sir.
用なの？
How can I help?
鎌田警部はいらっしゃいますか？
Do you know if the inspector is available?
鎌田
You
警部
must mean
ですか？
Inspector Kamada, right?
はい。
Oh,
実は
yes.
僕
Sorry about that.
ちょ
Actually,
っと待って。
where do I know from you?
あな
Have
た
we met before?
どこかで会ったことあるわよね。
Have we?
どこで会ったんだっけ？
So familiar, but let me see. He's
あの時の
Is he from another? Which one? Which one? Let's find out. It's from one of the earlier games.
ああ、あなたは確か。
はい。宇津木探偵事務所の
Which one was that game from?
なんていう名前だったかしら。
Oh, I wonder if this is different. I went with a different name. I didn't go with it as I played it before.
僕は
So I wonder what happens if you play that.
そうだったわね。
お久しぶりです。こちらに転勤されたんですか？
Okay, so this must be from the missing heir then. It's been a while. Did you transfer to this precinct?
それに
I mean, I should have recognized you right away.
すぐに気
I
づきま
suppose
せ
it
ん
was
で
the
した。
glasses that threw me off.
そうなの。
All right. I
少
usually
し
wear
前にこっ
contacts.
ち
And
に来
yeah,
たのよ。
I transferred here a while back.
相変わらず素敵な不敬さんだな。
I remember being a pretty sharp investigator. Others. Oh, it's saying undisclosed. I'm guessing it's from the missing heir. From a previous case. I wonder if it tells you if you know that. That's interesting. That is interesting. Alright, Inspector Kamada did mention that someone might be coming by. I suppose it's you? I'll go see if he's available.
おう待ったせ
Well, well.
君が
Is
探偵だ
this
って
the supposed PI? Who's this? Oh, it's the guy Kuze was yelling at this morning.
鎌田警部は打ち合わせ中だから
Just kidding,
この僕
buddy,
が
but
君の相手を任され
Inspector
た
Kamada is busy right now, so I've been assigned to help you
は
out.
じめまして上原
The name's
大輔です
Daisuke Kamahara. The Daisuke Kamahara. You can call me Dice if you want. Most people want.
こんにちは。
Okay, well, I'm Conan Holmes. I'm with the Utsuki Detective Agency. Let me use my brilliant intuition to deduce why you're here. Scoping out that murder, right?
はい。
That's right. Normally we'd give your team a little more space, but the case is already so unusual. Don't even sweat it. I'm your guy. Hit me up. I'll tell you anything. I mean anything. I meant about the victim, although sure, I'll take personal questions too. Why is he like this? Sorry to jump in, but you're going to need to take this conversation somewhere else. Fine, we can follow procedure if you insist. Thank you so much. Right this way, boy detective, to the fabulous interrogation chamber.
大丈夫なんだろうか。
Is this guy for real?
探偵くん
And really boy detective? Well, maybe I can get something useful.
どうぞ。
Help yourself.
あ、どうも。ありがとうございます。
I could use some tea. Yeah, enjoy it, bro. She never makes fresh tea for me. Right. You're definitely someone. You're a character.
と、事件についての
So,
詳しいお
about the
話を
case.
そりゃそうだ。お茶を飲みに来たわけじゃないね。
Not like you came here for tea, huh? Right, am I right? Huh. Fine, where do we want to start? You already have a few details, right? Victim's name and age?
はい。
That's right.
地元の公
His
立中
name's
学3
Eisuke
年生
Sasaki.
佐々木英介
He was
年齢
only
は15歳
15 years old.
今朝現場の方にも行き
I
ました
visited the scene this morning. Yeah, I saw you there.
そうです
And I saw you there, getting verbally spanked by Detective Kuze in front of everyone. We found the body at the pumping station. Deserted location, you know. You were there. I think it was one of those early morning joggers that found it. Joggers, always finding bodies. Make yourself at home. Okay. Observations enough. Let's keep talking about the victim then. Look, I act brash, but I'm pretty torn up about that kid. Thanks for that. Time of death? They're telling us it was about 9 p.m. last night. At the time, it wouldn't have been pitch black out there. No streetlights at all. Or it would have been pitch black out there. No streetlights at all. Great murder spot, obviously. We still don't know why the kid would have been out there at that time, of course. But we haven't ruled out that someone driving may have seen something. It's right next to the road. I mean, you saw the place, dirty old pump station tucked in the trees. Just more of this. I mean, it's crazy, right? Would I have gone out there as a middle schooler? That hour? Probably not. This whole thing is depressing. Yeah, I need you to kind of get over it a little bit.
上原刑事から話を聞こ
Keep listening, though. As you know, the victim had a paper bag over his head when we found him. Not just any paperback, right? It had a smiley face on it? Yeah, it was as creepy as hell, man. And the back was all dank and old too. Ugh, I die. Dank and old is interesting. Yeah. What do you mean by dank and old? Forensics is taking a look now. I don't know. It just looked gross to me. We'll see what they find. It's older. It's not fresh. Maybe it wasn't even meant for this murder? But even if it was a copycat, why do that? Yeah, so did you hear that there were some murders like this a while back? I did. You're talking about the young girls who were killed 18 years ago. Yeesh, it's like you already know everything. That's our boy detective. This guy keeps pushing that button. So I guess you already knew that those victims had paper bags with smiley faces too, Mr. Smarty Pants. Thought so. Anyway, that's obviously gonna figure into the investigation. Right, well, it's a complicated case. So we're only this boy detective. All those victims were girls. And serial killers love their patterns. But our victim is a boy. Strange, isn't it? Yeah, it is. But there's another major difference between those victims and ours that I bet you haven't thought of. That's the murder weapon. Care to hazard a guess? Well, they were strangled differently. Survey says you're right! Maybe you are a full-grown detective after all. The victim could have been strangled with a rope or a cord, some kind of string. The previous victims were killed barehanded, but Eisuke Sasaki was strangled with a rope or a string. Ding ding ding! There was no murder weapon 18 years ago. Pretty big difference if you ask me. You want to talk about 18 years ago, huh? Why were you even... Why? Were you even alive at that time? I mean, technically I was 1 year old. I knew you were a baby. Here you are, a full-fledged private investigator. Maybe I should have been a PI. Must be cool to not have to play by the rules. Certain someone wouldn't be breathing down my neck all the time. Hey, I'm serious. You think your boss would take me on? No, absolutely not. We're obviously going to be taking everything into account, including those murders from 18 years ago. Okay. Observations? They really should be working in this dump. I'm gonna try not to skip through dialogue. Let's keep talking about this. Wait, do you remember anything about the case from 18 years ago? Yeah. I was in elementary school and was all over the news. The victims weren't much older than me. I was worried about it, but the school and everyone's parents sure were. I wasn't worried about it, but the school and everyone's parents sure were. They made us walk to school in groups, and they had a whole neighborhood watch thing going. It was like we were in a parade. Ridiculous. Really? No, not really. It's called a metaphor. Trying to keep up. Anyway, every day we'd gather in the gym to make sure we were all there. Sometimes one kid would be missing. Boy, did that cause a panic.
そりゃそうなりますよね。
Well, sure.
もちろん僕は
Yeah, sometimes it was me. I could hear them all yelling out for me and scrambling everywhere looking. Sounds super annoying. Of course, some parents would just pick their kids up from school to avoid it all. When I think back, I guess I was pretty sheltered. Sorry to all the teachers I annoyed. Anyway, since all the kids were safely inside before sundown, I guess we didn't give the killer anyone to kill. Maybe I should workshop that joke. Yeah. You know, I really don't remember the whole paper bag part of the story. Maybe they weren't. Maybe that was just the urban legend?
そうなんですか。
Oh? Yeah, I mean, it's been 18 years. I guess I just forgot. It was pretty shocking. How could I forget that? Interesting. Because presumably, wasn't that, like, maybe I just sped through it, but wasn't that why we were called? Because the whole point of why they think it was similar was because also the paper bag, wasn't it? Paper bags, really? I feel like I would remember that. I was in elementary school, 18 years ago. How old is he? It's the same thing. Paper bags, you'd think you'd remember it. Can I look at him?
20代半ばってところかな。
Looks like an experienced detective. Maybe a bit young, but still.
変わった刑事さんだな。見た目は普通なのに。
He's a real oddball.
上原刑事はエミオの都市伝説を知って
I
いるんだ。
wonder if he's heard the Smiling Man urban
知ってい
legend.
そうな年齢だ
I'd
と
say
思
he's
うん
old
だ
enough
け
to
ど。
have heard it.
上原刑事は
Detective Kamihara, are you familiar with the urban legend known as the Smiling Man? Did you say the Smiling Man?
はい。
I did. You know, like a man who's smiling. They call him Emio sometimes. I don't know. What's the story behind it? Alright, relay this entire story.
上原刑事、あゆみちゃんから聞いた。
I explained the whole thing to Detective Kamihara, just the way Ayumi explained it to me. Whoa. I see what you mean about the similarities between that story and this case. Is there any connection? It couldn't just be a coincidence, could it? Did I sound like I was deducing something awesome just then? I did, right?
はい。
Maybe, I guess. I totally did! Anyway, joking aside, that's definitely something to think about. So, thanks for sharing. I'm filing that away. Okay. Yeah, the Smiling Man legend is pretty similar to this case, and to the murders from 18 years ago. Urban legends, man. Yeah. Let's see if there's any more about the murders from 18 years ago. No, doesn't look like it. Observations? Nope. Okay. Let's think. Let's actually think for a second.
刑事さんは黙り込んじゃ
It's
ったぞ
dead silent. What's up with that?
どうしたんだろう
Probably spam. Sorry, one sec. He's dead silent. So maybe look at him again. Why is he staring at me like
僕の
that?
顔をじっと見ている
So intensely.
真剣な面持ちだけどきっと何かに気づいたんだこれが刑事の顔
You might have an observation to share. Maybe he's more of a detective than I'd given him credit for.
実はさ、
You know, now that I think about it,
僕
there's
とて
one
も
other
重要
thing
な
we
こと
haven't
に気づいてしま
considered.
ったんだけど。
はい
Go on.
探偵君、
Well, it's just
あの
the
不敬
officer
と
who was
仲良
just
しなの
here.
ね。
Seemed like she kind of liked you, didn't it?
いいな
Ah, I'm jealous.
ほん
She's
Don't
hot,
stick it out,
right?
man.
Ugh, a woman
彼女
that
の
hot
存在って
and she wears a
ある
police
種の都
uniform?
市伝説だ
Now
よね。
that's a legend. Oh boy.
彼女がここに転勤してきてくれてよ
I'm
かった
so glad she transferred to this division.
つくづく僕は思ってるんだよ。運命の
It's
出
like
会い
destiny.
感じだよね。
Wow, okay.
さす
And
が
that's why they call me
神原
Dice.
ほんと
I
つい
sure am a lucky
マジで
bastard, I
神
tell
が
ya.
かってるよな俺って
神
Kami. Oh, hi there, ma'am.
お疲れ様で
Didn't
す
see you there.
お疲れ様ですじゃないでし
Ma'am,
ょ
what's that supposed to mean?
あんた何く
What
だ
are
らな
you
いこと
two
口調言ってん
blathering
のよ
about? Do your
真面目に仕
job.
事しなさい
You've got a
仕事
murder
を
to solve.
違うんです
No, no, it's not what you think.
この子が
I
うち
mean,
の父兄さん
maybe
が
it
好きだ
is. The
な
guy
ー
won't
って
shut
言
up
うんだ
about how hot her
な
coworker is. Oh, you're.
入っていいなみたい
He's
な
all, ooh, and the uniform is the piece de resistance. You mother trucker. What? Anyway, I'll get back to work. Toodles.
あとよろしく
Have fun, buddy.
出て行ってしまった
He's leaving. Just like that?
たくも
Ah, sorry about that. Ahem.
今朝はごめんなさい
Anyway, sorry about this morning as well.
あ
Oh,
の
okay.
あまだ
I
名乗って
guess
な
I
い
haven't even really introduced myself.
捜査一課の
I'm
久世純子
Detective
です
Kuze. Junko Kuze, Investigation Division 1. Nice to meet you.
あ宇津木
Oh,
探偵事務所
I'm from the
さ
Utsuki Detective
今朝は
Agency.
お邪魔をしてす
Conan
みませんで
Holmes.
した
Sorry to bother you this morning.
あなたのことうちが呼んだ
No,
って
no,
知ら
it's
なかっ
my
たから
fault.
申し
I
訳な
didn't
かっ
realize the inspector had called you guys in.
あいえそんな
It's no problem at all.
たただし
That said,
私の仕事の邪魔だけはしな
don't
いで
get
ちょ
in
うだ
my
い
way, understand? Oh,
はい
right, of course.
あの
So,
ごめんなさい仕事がある
sorry,
から失
I
礼
have
す
work
る
to do. Excuse me.
行ってしまった
And she's gone. I guess we're traveling. Probably makes sense.
そうだ鎌田警部がまだ海 議中かどうか。
Maybe I should ask if Inspector Kamada is still busy, just in case.
お、探偵くん。
So, all done talking to Detective Kuze yet? Figures, she's probably off looking for me.
じゃあ探偵君。
Anyway, see you later.
大変だ。
Oof, poor guy is clueless.
上原刑事からちゃんと話は聞
And
けた。
so you were able to get some info from Detective Kamihara?
はい。
Yes. More or less. Hmm.
すみません。
I was wondering if Inspector Kamada is available.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry,
打
but
ち合
I'm
わせが
told his
長引い
meeting
ちゃっ
is
てるみ
running
たいな
long.
の。
あ、そうですか。
I see.
また明日にでも出直
Maybe I should come back tomorrow. How about Kamihara?
いろんな刑事を見てきたけど、
I've worked with a lot of detectives, but that one, well, he's something special. Alrighty. Utsuki Detective Agency.
それでは僕は
If you'll excuse me, I should head out. Please give Inspector Kamada my thanks for his help.
気をつけて帰るのよ。
Sounds good. Safe travels. Hello, I'm back.
おかえり。
Ah, welcome back, Conan.
おかえりなさい。
Welcome back.
君、
So, how'd it go today?
僕は
Well, I went to the precinct to see what I could find out,
鎌田警部は会
but
議中だったの
Inspector
で
Kamada was in a meeting
上
all
原と
day,
いう刑事さんが話
so I
してくれ
spoke
ました
to Detective Kamihara instead.
そうか。
Is that so? Well, thanks for tracking someone down.
あゆみちゃん、
Ayumi, what about you?
私は
Sure,
佐々木くんの
well,
お
I
家に
went to see
行
the
って
victim's
話を聞いてき
family.
ました佐々
The
木家は
Sasaki
ごく
family
普
is
通の家庭
very
環境だ
nice
と
and
感じられ
welcoming.
ました
Felt like it was a
家
good
族仲
family
もと
home.
ても良かったみたいですすごく辛
And
いさなかな
considering
の
their
に
terrible loss,
真
they
実
were
を
so
知りたい
generous
か
with
ら
their
と
help.
いってご家族
They really
に
wanna
協
know
力
what
してもらい
happened.
ました佐々木くんやご家
It's
族
just
にトラブルな
senseless,
ど
you
はな
know?
かったようです
Eisuke wasn't in any sort of trouble. It was just a regular kid. It's just...
ただ、
Just what?
夕べ遅くに帰ってきた佐々木くんは
Well, his
そのま
family
ま
said
部
that
屋
when
に
he
閉じ
came
こも
home
って
that
出てこ
night,
なかったようで
he
す
locked himself in his room.
今までそんなことな
They
かった
said
み
he'd
た
never
い
done
で
anything like that
ご家族も
before.
戸惑っていたそう
They
で
weren't
す
sure what it was all about.
呼びかけても返事がないので
He wasn't responding, so they were about to try unlocking the door, but
8時頃お母さ
around
ん
8
が
p.m., his mother heard a noise at the front door. She went to check, and
受話器を持った学校の
It
制
was
服を
Eisuke.
着たままの佐々木くんがいたそう
still
です
wearing his school uniform, holding a telephone receiver.
すると佐々木く
So he
んは
hadn't been in his room after all.
驚いたような顔で受話器
He
を
dropped
置
the
くと
phone in surprise when he
また
noticed
実質に
her.
閉じこもってしまったと
Then
い
he
うこ
locked
となん
himself in
です
his room for real. That's interesting. Was he in the room in the first place?
佐々木くんは誰かと電話で
I wonder who he was talking to.
様子を見
Yeah,
る限
great
り
question.
そうみたいよね
His family didn't know.
間もなくして
Anyhow, it seems as if he snuck out again after that
ご
without his family noticing.
ご家族
Hmm.
今日分かったことはここま
And
でで
that's
す
all I have for now.
引き
I'll
続
keep
き
digging.
調査を進めていきます
佐々木くんの
What
身
in
に
the world happened to this poor kid?
僕は18年前の事件の報じられ
You
方を
know,
確
I've been
認して
digging
きた
into the Conan case from 18
ちょ
years
っと
ago a
気に
bit
なることが
more,
あってね。
and I'm concerned.
実は当時、
You see,
例の
the
紙袋
police
の
never
こ
made
と
all
を
the details
警察は
public,
公開していなかった
in
んだ。
particular the use of paper bags. Alright.
なるほど
Oh,
だから上原
so
刑事は
that's why Detective Kamihara didn't remember anything about it.
公開しなかった理由は何だった
Do you
んで
know
しょう
why they withheld that information?
うん。
Well, I
心
have
当
an
たりはあるに
idea,
はあるが、
but it would
そ
be
れについ
better
て
to
は
speak to Kamada
カマさんから
himself
聞いた
about
方が
it.
確実だろう。
わかりました
I understand.
当時、 警察が事件の
Regardless of the
詳細
reason
を公開
why,
しな
if
か
the
ったの
police
な
didn't
らば
release those details at the time,
連続少女殺人
then
事
it
件
seems a
が
bit of a
都市伝
stretch
説
to assume that the
エミオ
case
の
is
モデルだ
connected
と
to the
完全
smiling
に結
man
びつける
urban
のには
legend.
少々無理がありそう
Of
だね
course, it's assuming no one had discovered it beforehand.
でも佐々木くんの事件と
But
エミ
the
オは
legend
ど
almost
こかで
has
結び
to
つ
be
くと考え
connected
る
to
の
the
は
current
自然で
case,
すよ
doesn't it? In some way.
その通りだ
Well, I do
今
think
回
I
の
need
事
to
件を
fully
解く鍵
understand
は
the urban
こ
legend
の都市伝
if
説
I'm
に
going
あ
to
ると
solve the
僕は
case.
考えている
もし
You
先生
specifically?
ああ
Well, yes.
エミオの
I'm
ことは僕
fascinated
に
by the
任せて
case
く
of
れ
the smiling man,
実に興味深
and
い
I want to
話だ
take a
からね
deeper dive into it.
さあ二人とも
Now then, I'd like to have the two of you review what you learned from
君た
today's
ちの推理を聞か
research.
せてくれ
わかりました。
You got it, shall we,
始めましょう。
Conan?
遺体で見つかった佐々木くんの頭には笑顔が描かれた紙袋がかぶせられていたが
So, we have a victim, Eisuke Sasaki, who was found with a paper bag on his head with a smiley face on it.
これと同様の事件は
A series
過
of
去に
similar
も起きてい
crimes
た
took place 18 years ago.
18年前だ
そうね。
Yes, that's right.
その通りだ
Precisely.
18年前の事件
The
は
case from 18
3件
years
の
ago
連続殺人
involved
事
three
件だった
murders.
そして被
The
害者には
victims all
共
had
通
one
してい
thing
る
in
ことがあ
common.
った
All of them were teenage girls.
10代の女の子だった。
ひどい事件よね。
So terrible to think about.
18年前の事件
So
の
the
犯人
killer
は
from 18 years ago
今も
was
捕ま
never
っていない。
caught,
それと
and the information
紙袋
about
の
the
件
paper
は
bags was never
当
made
時から一度も
public.
公開されなかったとなると
So only a handful
そ
of
の
people
事実
know
を知っ
about
ている可
it.
能性がある人物はごく限られてくる犯人被害
The
者
killer,
遺族当
the
時捜
families
査
of
に
the
当たった
victims,
警察遺体を
police
発
who
見
were
して
investigated,
通報した人
and whoever found the
それくらいか。
bodies.
どう？
What does
こ
it
れ
all
ま
add
で
up
に集め
to?
た情報
Do
か
you
ら
have any
何
thoughts
か気
based
づ
on
い
the
たこと
info you
があ
have
る？
so far?
そうだね
Well, I
今の段
suppose what
階
I
で
can
言え
say
る
at
こと
this
は
stage is Oh, interesting. Oh.
あの佐々木くんの様子には引っかかるものがある
There's something bugging me about the victim.
そうなの？
Really?
なんとなく
I mean,
だけ
it's
どね
just a feeling.
今日の調査で分かったことはそれぐらいだね
Sounds like that's a wrap on our investigation for the day.
情報の整理
Feels like
きち
comparing
んとして
notes
いか
really
なくち
helped.
ゃ。
We're working together well.
うんそうだね
I agree.
期待しているよ二人とも
Counting on both of you.
では
Alright,
明日も手
let's
分けして
split up and continue the
調査を進めよう。
investigation tomorrow.
私は佐々木くん
I'll
が
head
通
to
っていた
Eisuke's
中学
middle
校
school
へ
and
情
see
報
what I
収集
can
に行
learn.
ってみます。
僕は引き
I
続き
think I'll see what else
警
I can
察
get
署
from
で
the
情報を
police.
集めます
頼んだよ
Excellent. Good luck out there. Interesting. Chapter 2 Disappearance. Back at the police station.
鎌田警部お疲れ様です
Thanks for taking the time to meet Inspector Kamada.
おお、君か。
Holmes. Sorry I wasn't available yesterday when you stopped
す
by.
まんかったの。
いえ
It's all
お
right.
忙しいと思います
You're incredibly busy, but
今は
If you have a
お
few
話を
minutes
伺って
now.
も大丈夫ですか
もちろん
Yes,
じゃ
of course.
何
You
で
can
も聞い
ask
て
me
くれて
anything.
構わんぞ
But let's head to the
こ
back
こじゃ
room
なんじゃ
first.
し奥の部屋にでも移動するかの
はい。
Sounds good.
いかがですか佐々木英介の
So,
事件の捜
what's
査
the latest on the investigation? Any more info on the victim? Well,
残念ながら
I'm afraid we don't
新しい
have
情
much
報は
new
入ってきてお
info.
らん
But forensics is still taking a look at that paper bag.
結果まで
その紙袋が
I heard that the paper bag itself seemed like it might have been old. Is that true? I really can't say until we get the
まだ
results.
鑑定結果は出ておらん
But
どれくらい
Well,
古い
no,
もの
soon
か
enough.
は いつ頃のものなのかは結果待ちじゃ
we're
の
waiting on the results from forensics about how old the paper bag is. Observations.
今回の山は
This is
なか
just
な
a
かの難
difficult
事件じゃ
case.
よ
Okay, let's think.
あの紙袋がどれくらい
I
古いの
still don't know how old the paper bag is.
だけど18年前に
Let's find out why they didn't tell anyone about it 18 years ago.
18年前の事
I
件
understand that you kept the paper bag a secret in the previous case. Is that
公
right?
開しなかった
ああわしは事件の捜
That's
査を担当しておっ
right.
た
I was in
からの
charge of the investigation, and it was my call.
そうだったんですね
I see.
当時
And
紙
we had
袋
good
の情報
reason.
を公開し
It
な
was
か
a
った
big
のは
scandal
あま
anyway,
りに
but
も
if
異
all the
様
bizarre
な手口だった
details
から
had
じゃ
leaked,
下手
well,
に
it
世
just
間
seemed
を刺
best not
激
to
しす
rile
ぎて
folks up about
捜査に
details.
支障が生
Could
じ
have
ないよう
slowed
に
down our
曖昧な表
investigation.
現にとどめたんじゃよ
世間を刺激し
Try
な
not to rile folks up. Definitely an interesting one. Alarming the public. Maybe I'll actually have to use this more. Dice game. Based on it. Maybe. Interesting.
So 捜査に支障が
Like I
生
said,
じ
we
ないよ
kept
う
the details
曖昧な
secret.
表現にと
Don't
どめ
need
たん
people
じゃ
freaking out and slowing down the investigation. Hmm.
鎌田警部から話を聞こ
Okay, keep asking the important questions. Paper bag again.
君にも見せたじゃろ
I showed you the victim of the photo of the victim with the paper bag, right?
あんなもん
If that
見た
got out to the
真
public,
似
there's
す
a
る
chance
やつは
someone would
絶
try to
対
copy
に出て
it.
くるもんなんじゃ
Although, who's to say that it's not exactly what's happening?
うとはいえ
My understanding is that we never caught the killer who committed those
結局見
crimes
つかった
18 years ago.
ですよ
Is that right?
恥ずかしい
Yeah,
そ
still
の
haunts me to this day.
恥ずかしい
Hell, since the cat's out of the bag, let me share a few other shameful secrets
18
with
年前
you.
の事件について話して
お願いします
Please, go on.
3件の
Well,
連
in
続殺
addition to
人
the
事
three
件の発
tragic
生を許
unsolved
してしまった当
murders.
時のわしらはもう
Mind
一
you,
人
we
の
worked
犠
that
牲者も出
case
して
hard.
は
I
な
didn't
ら
want
ん
to
と
see any more
懸命に
lives
捜
lost
査を
on
続
my
けたん
watch.
じゃが実は
But
ここでさらなる展開が
something
待ってお
else
っ
slipped
た
through our fingers. Oh?
ある
Yeah,
一
we had a
人の
missing
少年が
person. A young
行方不
boy.
明になってしまったんじゃ
Interesting.
久世誠
His
そ
name
の
was...
少年の名前じゃ。
Excuse me? His name was Makoto Kuze. Kuze? You said?
クゼ
Makoto Kuze. So are you saying...
そのまさ
Yeah,
か
it's
じゃ。
exactly what you're thinking.
久世君の
He's Detective
6
Kuze's
歳
older
年上
brother.
のお兄さんなん
6
じゃよ。
years older.
当時
He
ま
was
だ
14 years old
14
when he
歳
just
だった。
disappeared.
彼もまた同
I
一
personally suspect that he was murdered by the same person.
わしら警察
It was a
だったらそれ
tremendous
も
blow to my
落胆
team.
しての。幸いにも
Fortunately, we
その
never
後
did find
紙
another
袋を
victim
かぶ
of
せられた
bad
奇妙な
man.
姿の遺体が
Till
新たに
now.
見つかることはなかったが
Find them. I mean, what? Another victim.
それ以
Unfortunately, we never found poor Makoto either.
来今現在も
To this day,
他の
he's
3件
considered
の
a
事
missing
件と
person.
彼の
But
失
I
踪の
think
関
it's
連性は
possible, even
分からず
likely,
じ
there's
ま
a
いなん
connection.
じゃよ。
Could it... Is it Kuze? I don't know. Hmm.
しかし
It
一つだけ
certainly is
不思議な
strange.
ことがあっての。なぜ
For
か
some reason,
久
after
世
the
誠の
disappearance
失
of
踪を
Makoto
境に
Kuze, the serial
連続少
murderer
女
of
殺
young
人事
girls
件が鳴りを
stopped.
潜めたんじゃよ。
That is interesting.
もっとも
We're not sure
なぜ
why,
犯
but
行が途絶えたのか
unfortunately,
分かって
we
は
haven't seen
おらん
that sort of crime since then.
久世誠が
For
行
the
方不
record,
明に
there
な
have
っ
been
て
no
以
new
来
murder victims
新
like
た
this
な被
since
害者は
Makoto
出
Kuze
て
went
ああ
missing.
行
Oh,
方不
there's
明
another
と
thing
い
I
え
should
ば
mention.
当時
We had a
事件の
suspect at
関
the
係者
time,
だ
but
と
he
見られてい
disappeared
た
shortly
男が
after the
あったん
first
じゃ
murder.
が
最初の事件と同
Right
時
after the first murder?
さよ
Yeah, so there's
連続少
two
女殺人
disappearances
事件
back
の
then
周りで
surrounding our
2
case.
件の失踪事件があったというわけじゃ。いずれも事件とは無関係だとは考えにくい。
But we still have a few missing pieces, you know?
その行方不明の男について
Do you have any more
何か情
info
報はあり
about
ます
the
か？
man who went missing?
行方不明の
I
男
suppose so.
連続殺人事件の最初の犠牲者は知
Turns
り合い
out
だ
that he
った
knew
ん
the
じゃよ。
first victim from the serial girl murder case.
よく二人
They
で
had
会っとった
apparently
よ
been
う
meeting
じゃ
up frequently. Excuse me?
じゃが最初の犠牲者の遺体
Anyhow,
が
the
発
same
見さ
day
れ
the
たのと
body of
同
the
じ
first
日に
victim was found.
その
We
男のア
found
パ
a
ートの
disturbing
部屋
amount
に
of blood in the man's
おびただし
apartment.
い量の血痕が残されているのが発見されてな。
Oh.
それもあって
We
男
thought that
は最
perhaps
初
the
の事
man
件
was
に巻き
injured
込
in
ま
some
れて
kind of
負傷した
altercation
と
relating to the
考
murder.
えられておった。同時に
It's also
その
possible that he
男が
himself
犯
is the
人であ
killer.
るという男は未だ
But
に
he's still
行方不
missing
明。
along with the
真
truth.
相は闇連続少
I'm
女
afraid
殺
you
人
weren't
事件
able
と
to
の関係
establish
な
a
んぞ
connection
何
between
も
with him
わ
and
から
the
ん
series of
ままなん
murders.
じゃよ。行方とともに
The
事
man's
件との関
whereabouts
係
and
も
connection to
不
the case
明の
both
ま
remain
まじゃ。
unknown. So there were two missing people involved in the case 18 years ago.
一人は
One was a man who apparently knew the victim.
姿を
He
消した
found blood in his
連
apartment
続事件
after he
最初の
disappeared.
そしてもう一人は
And the other was Detective Kuze's brother?
その久世誠さん
Makoto
が
Kuze.
18
Been
年前
missing
の
this
事件
whole
川
time.
田警部は
I wonder if Inspector
Kuze
Kala
Keiji.
ever met Detective Kuze as a child.
久世君のことは
I've known
彼
Detective
女が
Kuze
幼い
since
頃
she
から
was
知
a
っとる
kid.
んじゃが
But I don't think she remembers me much from those years.
しかしまあ
He sure has
立
grown up
派に
though.
成長したもんでな自他ともに
He's
厳し
tough
く
and sharp as a
冷静
tack.
沈着で
Great
優
detective.
秀な刑事じゃよ彼女はただ
It's just...
ただ
Just what?
久世君が
I
少
think
々無理を
Kuze
し
is
とるよう
working a
に
bit
わし
too
には思えて
hard.
の。常に張り詰
Feels
め
like
て
she's
自分
tense
を
all
追い
the
込んどる
time.
ように見えてなら
Always
んのじゃ
pushing.
よ。お兄さんの
It's
失
gotta
踪
be
が
tough.
何
A
か
brother
関係が
gone
あるの
missing
か
from
も
a
しれ
young
ん
age
が。
might be weighing on her.
わしにはようわから
Ah,
ん。
but what do I know?
ただ
I'm
の
no
推測
shrink.
じゃ。久世君は佐々木英介の
He's
事件の
already on
捜
the
査で
Sasaki
早
case, as you
速あちこ
know.
ち飛び回っているよ。常に
She's the
全力で
best
仕
we've
事に
got.
取り組む
Reliable
頼もしい
and
刑
always
事じゃよ
gives her all.
彼女は。
Let's talk about Eisuke's case.
佐々木英介の
Is
事
it possible that Eisuke was killed by the same person who killed the others 18 years ago?
思いますか？
そりゃ
Well, we
その
can't
可能
rule
性
it
は否
out,
定できん。
but we should also
模倣犯
consider
に
the
よる犯行
possibility of a
という線も考
copycat.
慮すべきじゃよ。
However,
当時
since certain details about the crime were never made public, a copycat is pretty unlikely.
模倣犯の可能性は低いじゃろうな。
Hmm.
過去の事件は
Then there's the
10
matter
代
of the
の少女ば
victims.
かりじゃ。
Why target
しかし今
girls
回の
then
被害者は
a
男
boy
の子じゃ
now?
さらにもう一点
There's one more
18年
critical
前の事件
difference.
との相違
Do
点
you
が
know
あ
what it
るじゃ。
is? The victims were killed in a different manner.
殺害方法が違うんだよ。
おお
That's right. You seem to have a pretty good handle on this case already.
大したもんじゃ。
As you said, the serial murders were committed barehanded, while Eisuke was strangled with a cord. Of course, the killer could deviate from his modus operandi in the heat of the moment. We can't rule that out. And if we're chasing the same perp, he's now 18 years older than he was. Maybe his methods changed over time.
なるほど。そうなんですね。
I see.
18年前の
I
事
have
件
to
との
wonder if there's a
つながり
connection to the cold case from 18 years ago. So the paper bag might be the contact factor.
例の紙袋だけ。そして、
It all seems like it's coming back to the Smiling Man urban legend.
そういえば、
Come to think of it,
エミ
has
の
Inspector Kamada heard of the Smiling Man?
ところで、
By the way, are you familiar with the
エ
urban
ミオと
legend
いう
known as
都
the
市伝
Smiling
説
Man?
ご存知でしょうか？
エミオ
The
Smiling
Smiling Man? No, what the hell is that?
微笑みのエミに
Well,
男と書いて
it relates to the
エミオなん
paper
ですが
bags you found on these victims. Paper bags with the smiley faces on them.
泣いている女の子の前に現れ、永
A
遠の笑
man
顔を
with such a
あげる
bag
と
on
言
his
って
head would appear in front of a crying girl and threaten to give her a smile forever.
殺された被害者は
The victims are said to be found in the same type of paper bag with a crude smiley face drawn on.
なんと
Are you
そんな都
serious?
市伝説があるん
That's
か
a real urban legend. This smiling man thing, it sure does seem like those murders could have been the inspiration behind it.
でも
But you said that the information about the paper bags was never made public, right?
さよ
That's right. It would have been
無責任な話が
responsible.
広がるのは勘弁しかし
But you know,
第一発見
there
者
are a
から
lot of
噂が
people
広
at
が
a
った可
crime
能性
scene.
もある
The paper bag thing could have leaked.
紙袋という表示
I wouldn't rule out a
か
connection.
もしれんのあるいは
It could even
こ
be
の
the
都市伝
reverse.
説を模した
The killer was copying this legend. This
こりゃいろ
whole
いろ
thing is such a
厄介な
mess.
事件になりそうじゃわいおっともうこの時
Well,
間
it's
か
getting late. I should get back to the investigation.
僕もそろそろ失
I
礼し
should
よう。
probably excuse myself as well.
あ、そうだ。
Let's head to the scene of the crime so I can take a look at the spot where the body was found.
何か
First, was there anything else I forgot to ask? Was there?
僕そろそろおいとましようと思うんですが。
Well, I think I'll be on my way now, unless there's anything else you can share with me.
そうじゃの。
Let's see. Now that you mention it, you did
昨日
speak with
はわしの代わり
Kamihara
に
extensively
神原君
yesterday,
が対応
didn't
した
you?
んじゃろ。
そうです。
Yes, that's right.
久世君はいつも以
I
上
know
に
Detective
今回の事
Kuze
件
is
の
taking
捜
this
査に
case
力が入っ
personally.
とるようじゃから彼女
And
の
that,
相棒
well, that
神
might
原
be
君
putting a
は
lot of
大
pressure on
変じ
him
ゃ
as
ろ
her
う
partner. What'd you think about Kamihara? Odd duck, isn't he?
あは
Um,
図星。
to say the least.
しかしああ見えて
But you
神
know,
原君は
he
なかな
gets
か優秀な
results.
刑事なんじゃぞ
Kamihara is a pretty good detective after all. If you say
頭
so.
も切れるし勘も良い
Smart and he's got good
射撃の
instincts.
腕は
Terrible
最
shot
悪じゃ
though.
君も見たじゃろうが
Well, you must have seen how he gets on with Detective Kuze. As in, not well.
そうでしたね。
Yeah,
昨日はここで
she ripped into him again yesterday while I was here.
じゃがの
But at the end of the day,
正
they
反
may
対な
seem
者
like
同士に見えて
opposites,
あ
but
れ
they're
でな
quite
か
the
なかの名
duo.
コンビなんじゃぞ神原
Yeah,
君
believe
は
it or
先
not,
輩の
Kamihara looks up to
心
Kuze
から
like a
慕っとる
mentor.
いつも張り詰めと
Meanwhile,
る
Kuze is
君は
round tighter than a
その
coil.
神原君に
She
随
needs that
分
loose
救われと
energy
る
that
ようじゃ
Kamihara
よ
provides.
ああ見えて神原
As the
君
two
と
of them
コンビに
started
なって
working together,
周囲へ
Detective
の
Kuze
当たり
has
が
really
ソフト
mellowed
になっ
out.
たんじゃぞクゼ神原君
Credit where it's
せやな
due, I think that's Kamihara's influence.
クゼ君とは正反対な
Opposites
男
attract,
じゃが
right?
あ
Kuze
れ
and
でなかなか
Kamihara
の
make
名
a good
コンビ
team.
なんじゃぞ
I think that's it.
正反対だからこそ合うっていうことなのか
Opposites work well together. I guess I can see it. And that's the last thing, so I'll travel.
鎌田警部、今日はありがとうございました。僕も
Thank you so
失礼
much
し
for
ま
your
す。
time, Inspector Kamada. I should be on my way now.
おう
Sure
また
thing.
何かあ
If
れ
you
ば
need anything
いつでも
else,
言
just
ってく
stop
れ
by.
はい、ありがとうござい
I
ます。
will. Thank you.
そういえば
By the
君
way,
は今いく
how
つ
old
だ
are you now, Holmes?
僕ですか
19,
19です
sir.
ということ
So you wouldn't have heard about those
連続
previous
少女
murders
殺
at the
人
time
事
they
件
were
について
committed?
は
No, sir.
なので
Just trying to
今
learn everything
情
I
報を集
can
めてい
now.
るところです。
初めて
That's
触れる
good.
からこ
You
そ
to
気づ
immerse
ける
yourself
こ
to
ともあ
try
る
to understand.
その
I'm glad
新た
to
な
hear
視
you're
点で
approaching
調
this
査に取り組ん
investigation
で
with
ほ
the
しい
right attitude.
君のような新しい
I'm
存在が
hopeful that you'll
事
bring
件
an
解決
outsider's
の
perspective
鍵に
to
なる
it.
と思っておるんじゃよ
Might be the key to our solve.
わかりました。
Yes, sir.
ご期待に添える
I'll
よう
do
に
my
頑張り
best.
ます。
頼り
Good.
にしとる
I'm
ぞ
counting on you.
はい、
Yes, sir.
ところで今からは
Where are you headed next, by the way?
あ、
Well, I was wondering if I could take another look at the crime scene. Do you mind?
いや
I'm afraid I can't let you do that.
嘘じゃよなんだも
Just
ん
pulling
ない
your
わ
leg, rookie.
君らは
You're
特
part
別
of
じゃ
Utsuki Detective Agency, so you get full access.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
まだ
Some
封鎖の
locations
跡
may
が
be
残っ
taped
とるやも
off,
しれ
but you
ん
can
が
ignore
ど
that.
こまで入ってく
Go
れて
ahead and
構わん
investigate.
ただし
Just, yes?
クゼ君には内緒じゃ
Don't tell Kuze. Alright. Could be a copycat. Could be the same person.
この奥に
Hmm.
佐々木英介の遺体が発見
Here's
さ
the
れた
pump
ポンプ
station
場が
where
あるんだ
Eisuke Sasuke's body was found.
鎌田警部の許可ももら
Got
っ
the
たし
green light from Inspector Kamada.
入ってみよう。
Time to check it out.
ポンプ場だ。
The body was
佐々
found
木君の
around
遺体は
here.
ここで発見された。
This is kind of secluded. Who found the body?
朝早くに通りかかった人が
An early morning
異様な姿で横たわ
passerby
る
saw him
佐々
lying
木君を見
strangely on the ground and
通
called
報
the
してきたそうだ
police.
けど、相当驚
I'm
いた
sure
だ
that
ろう
was a
な。
terrible shock.
でも
Why
発
would
見者が
anyone
な
have
ぜこ
passed
こを
by
通りかかっ
here?
たんだろう。
Indeed. Let's look around.
佐々木君の遺体はこのフェンスの前に横たわってい
Aisuke's
たら
body
しい。
was found in front of this
こんな寂
fence.
しい場所で
What a lonely
奇
place.
妙な紙袋をかぶせられた姿で。
Can't help but imagine him with that terrible paper bag on his head. Anything else? Warning sign?
注意書きが貼られている。警察
There
の
are
もの
warning signs
水道局
here,
の
one
も
from
の
the
があるのか。
police and one from the water department. From the water department? Same thing?
何年前からある
How
施
long has
設なん
this
だ。
facility been here? Is anything else? No, just bushes. Dirt? Okay.
聞く相手がいない。
Yeah, there's no one to talk to. Let's think for a second.
ここはたまたま通りかかるような場所なのだろ
Is this the kind of place someone would just pass by? I don't think they would. See if there's anything new in the notebook. You know that was Makoto, disappeared 18 years ago. Okay. Missing man. We don't know who this is. A man went missing around the time of serial murders of girls 18 years ago. He knew the first victim. On the day the first victim's body was found, he disappeared, leaving behind a disturbing amount of blood in his apartment. Of course, the question is, whose blood? Makoto Kuze, who would be 32 years old now, is Junko Kuze's older brother. He disappeared 18 years ago and hasn't been seen since. Makoto disappeared around the time of the serial murders of girls. No new victims have surfaced, but a connection is unclear. And of course we have you. He didn't know about the urban legend. Of course we have, who apparently is not a good shot. 24 years old. Interesting.
人の気配はない。
No one's around. More thinking?
調べられそうなところは。
Thank you for that. Oh, actually here, let me actually try looking around at surroundings.
寂しい場所だな。
It's a lonely place. I look at more now. Bush.
茂みに変わったところはないようだ。
The bushes seem
踏
normal.
みつけられていた
No
り、
signs of
倒れ
trampling
て
or
いたりす
anything
ると
knocked
ころも。
over. Hmm.
手がかりになりそうな
See
ものも
anything
なさそ
here
うだ
that
な。
might be a clue? Nope, no fence.
何年前から。
How long it's been here? No, like dirt. Can I look at the facility itself? Yeah, the pump station. There we
この中ってどうなってるんだろう。妙に興
go.
味
What's
がそ
going
そら
on
れ
in
てしま
here?
う。
I'm strangely intrigued.
裏に回ってみよう。
Let's have a look around back. The fence is old. It's peeling with rust.
裏からポンプ場を見ても、
Didn't see anything out of place from the back of the pumping station,
この
but
施設は
there's a
本当
path
に
leading
裏
up
か
to
ら
the
も出入り
backside
で
of
き
the
るんだ。
facility. That's interesting.
ここで行き止まりじゃ
So
ないん
this
だ。
isn't a dead end after all.
通報者は近道しようとして
I
ここを
wonder if
通
the
り
person
か
who
かった
found
の
the
か。
body came through here as some kind of shortcut.
他には特に気になるところはないな
I。don't see anything else of interest.
それにしても
Still, it's pretty
不気味な
spooky.
場所だ。
Why are we panning?
物陰からエミオがこちらの様子を見ている。
I almost feel like the smiling man is watching me from the shadows.
一体何者がここ
Who
で
could have come here and done such a
佐々木
terrible
英介君
thing?
を
to Eisuke Sasaki. Hmm.
ここにはもう手がかりにな
Are
り
there
そうな
any
もの
more
がない。
clues here?
バスに乗って駅
Let's
まで
take the bus back to the office. Just make sure that I can't look at the crown. No, I can't. Okay. Interesting. Hmm.
次にバスが来る。
Let's see. The next bus is arriving in an hour.
参っ
Oh
たな。
no.
駅まで歩いた
That
方が
might be
早い
faster to walk back. Who's in the car?
よー探偵くん
Heyo,
お
boy
仕事ご苦
detective.
労様です
Looks like you're working hard on our case. Thanks.
上原刑事。
Oh, Detective
お疲れ様です。
Kamihara. I should actually be thanking you.
ど
Oh, please.
なんか新たに気
Anyway,
づい
what's
たこ
up?
とがある
Notice anything new?
探偵的な視点
If
で
you
ないと
found
わから
something
ない情報
different,
とか
maybe
あった
thanks
ら
to your
ぜ
private
ひご提
investigator
供を
mindset? Please let me know.
いえ、
I'm afraid I didn't find much.
そう
Ah, well, let me know if you do
また何
find
かあったら教
something,
えてよ
or if I can help in any way.
刑事なのに。
Isn't he supposed to be the one of the primary investigators? Hmm.
捜査の方は
How's the
順調なんですか？
investigation going on your side?
いや
I'm kind of stalled out. But don't worry about me, boy detective.
もちろん
Anyway, if I find anything, I'll share the info with... Oh, never mind.
ん
Huh? Kuze in the car.
久世刑事だ。
Detective Kuze. Haven't you heard of confidentiality? I can't actually share more info with you.
今日はまともなこと言った。
Well, now he sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
僕は今から署に戻るところ
I'm on my way back to the station, but, But?
ね
Yeah.
捜査の帰りなのかな。
Seems like he's returning from an investigation.
久世刑事だ。
No, it still is that.
上原刑事の車だ。
Official police vehicle.
何か
Have
新
you
しく
noticed
気づいた
anything
こ
new
ととか
here?
ないですか？ すごく見られてい
Why
る
is
よ
he。staring at me so intensely?
探偵くん
Well, boy detective.
はい。
Yes?
髪切った
You got a haircut, didn't you?
えへ
What? I
来てませんけど。
didn't, but
あれ
dang it.
違ったか
Usually that's what people are
人
looking
が
for when they ask
何か
if
気
you've
づいた
noticed
ことあ
something
る
new.
って聞いてくるときは髪を
Oh boy. You're not that helpful. Let me think.
なんだか様子がおかしいような。
Something does seem off about him.
なになに
What is it? Can I just look more at him?
様子がおかしいのはいつもだったり
I
して。
wonder if he's always been this
と
way.
ころで今はバス待ち
Are you waiting for a bus? You know, they don't come very often.
はい。
Yeah,
時刻
I
表
took
見
a
て
look
び
at
っく
the
りしました。
schedule. Oof.
これは駅ま
I
で
was
歩いた
actually
方が
just
早
thinking
いか
how
な
it'd
と
be
考え
faster
てい
to
たところ
walk
で。
back to the office.
よせよ
Ah,
せ
you don't want to
結
do
構な
that.
距離あるし
Get all sweaty, not a good look.
そうですよね。
Yeah, you're probably right.
できれば乗せてやりたいんだ
Well,
け
I'd
ど
give you a ride if I could,
ね
but yeah.
上原刑事が運転してきた車が止まっ 昨日より様子がおかしい。
Even stranger than he was yesterday?
昨日より様子がおかしい。
Oh, sorry. The UI.
Nani nani?
Since you asked me about noticing things, there is something that I'm hoping you notice. He cut his hair? It looks exactly the same. Now? Am I just doing it out of order? I see.
Kami, そろそろ行くよ。
Tommy, we've gotta go.
ごめん。
Sorry, I'm getting called away.
バス。
The bus doesn't come by often, does it?
僕に声をかけた
He approached me, but it seems like something's going on with him.
上原刑事。
I guess I shouldn't hold him up any longer.
僕、バスを待つこと
I
に
think
し
I'll
ます
just wait for the bus, but thanks for your concern. Gotcha. Well, take care then. See ya. Well, now we're alone. Alone with our thoughts.
結局バスが来るのを待つほかないか。どうやって時間を潰そう。
I guess there's no choice but to wait for the bus. How should I pass the time? Surroundings.
バスを待っているのは僕一人だけ
Only
だ。
waiting for a bus. Kinda lonely. This is the bus schedule.
1時間に1本の上、最終バスの時間も早いんだな。
There's only one bus per hour and they stopped running pretty early. Okay, that's interesting. So how did he get here? They stopped running pretty early.
ここ
How
で
did
座っ
Ace
て
get
待とうか
here? I think I'll just sit and wait. Is there nothing else? Literally, it's the shelter and the schedule. That's it.
1時間に1本の上。
If the bus stops early, there's no new things here. If the bus stops early, then how did our victim get here either? Because come by once an hour. Who actually found the body? Is there anybody here?
乗せてくれたっていいじゃないですか。
Can't you just come pick me up?
なんで本人の前
As
じゃ
if I'd
絶
ever
対
say
言えない。
that to her for real. I call Kamihara as well.
上原刑事。
Detective
戻って
Kamihara,
きてくださいよ。
please come back.
なんちゃって。
Just kidding. You think I can call?
うむ。
Huh?
バッテリーが残りわずかだ。
The battery seems pretty low.
そういえば、
Now that I think of it, I don't
充電
remember
したかった
charging the
な。
phone last night.
いざという時のために温存しよ
Maybe I'll wait until it's an emergency.
う。あゆみちゃんに相談しようと思ったの
I
に。
should have listened to Ayumi about this. Yeah, probably, bud. Nothing new. Surroundings.
バスを待っているのは僕一人だけだ。
It is kind of lonely.
聞く相手がいない
There's。no one to talk to.
いざという時のために温存しよ
Yeah. There's nothing here. There's nothing new. Oh, interesting. That person was. Oh, it's just labeled under others. Okay. Nope. Do something.
く相手が呼ぶ。そうだ、タクシーを呼べばいいんだ。104で番号を調べればいいんじゃないか。
There we go. Just gotta find the right order. Oh, I can call a cab. I'll just dial 104 to get the operator to connect to me.
冴えてるな、僕ったら。いや、便利だな。
Smart
携帯電話
cell
って。
phones are amazing.
先生、ありがとうございます。
Thank you, Mr. Utsuki. Now's the time to use it.
まさか、いきなりバッテリー切れになんて。
I mean, it can.
10。あ、はあ、バッテリーが切れてしまった。
That sounds about right.
上原刑事は行っちゃったし。
Detective Kamihara is gone.
そういえば、上
It
原
was
刑
good
事
to
につ
hear all
い
that
て
backstory about him
鎌
from
田警部
Inspector
からいっぱい
Kamada.
話を聞いたっけ。
変わった男じゃ
I
よ。
know he can seem careless, but he's actually a fine
鎌原
detective.
君はなかなか優秀な刑事なんじゃぞ。頭も
He's
切れる
smart
し
and he's
勘
got
も
good
良い。
instincts.
ただし
Terrible
射撃
shot,
の腕は
though.
最悪じゃが。やつは
You
しょ
must
っ
have
ちゅうクゼ
seen
君
how
に
he
怒
gets
ら
on
れ
with
たら。
Detective Kuze, as in, not well.
じゃが
But at the
の
end of the day,
正
they
反
may
対なも
seem
の同
like
士に見え
opposites,
て
but they're
あれで
quite
な
the
かなか
duo.
の名コンビなんじゃぞ。いつも張り
Kuze
詰め
is
とる
wound
クゼ
tighter
君
than a
は
coil.
その上原
She
君に
needs that
随分
loose
救わ
energy
れ
that
とるようじゃ
Kamihara
よ。
brings.
上原君とコンビ
Since
に
the
な
two
っ
of them
て
started
周囲
working
への当た
together,
りがソ
Detective
フトに
Kuze
なっ
is
たんじゃ
really
ぞ
mellowed
クゼ
out.
君は。
あそこまで言うってことは、
If he's sharing that about Kuze,
鎌田警部
maybe
に
she's
は
just as hard on him as she
強
is
く
on
当たら
Detective
れてたのか
Kamihara.
ななんて考えてみたけど。
Still thinking, but hardly any
ほとんど時間
time
は
has
経ってない。
passed.
どうしようかな。
Don't know what to do. Yeah, neither do I.
こんな時間に流
This
しの
hour,
タ
it
クシー
might
なん
be
てめっ
hard
た
to
に通
find
ら
a
ないだろうな。
taxi. Hello? Is that just a sound effect? I thought I heard something. It might be hard to find a taxi, huh? That's interesting in and of itself. Still looking.
1時間に1本の上。ここで座って待とうか。こんな時間にバッテリーが切れてしまった。
Battery's dead. We know that.
困ったな。携帯電
Can't
話
even
も使え
use
な
my
い。
cell
バスを
phone.
待つしかないのか。
Yes, I have to wait for the bus.
でも
Unless...
僕はこんなことじゃくじけない。
I
タクシー
can't
を
let
呼ぶ
this
方法は
discourage
ま
me.
だあ
There's
るは
gotta
ずだ。
be another way to call a taxi.
こんな時間に。よし、タクシーを呼ぼう。僕の不思議な力を使って。
Just use my mysterious powers to call a
まず
taxi.
目を閉じる。
Close my eyes and
そしてひたすら念じる。
summon a taxi with my mind.
今までも何度か
I
成
mean,
功している。
it's worked before. That one time when I
明日
wished
晴れろ。
we'd have another sunny day.
お、早速近
Is
づ
that
い
the
てくる
sound of a
車の
car
音が。
approaching?
来てます来てます。
I can
探
feel
偵
it.
パワーで
I
す。
can feel
ここ
it.
で一層強
Come
く念じ
on,
る。
universe.
いい
Come
よ僕のタクシー。
on. Well, I'll be. I guess it worked. Huh?
本当に来ちゃった。
Did I really summon a taxi?
どうぞ乗ってく
Hop
ださい。
in. You're headed to the
駅まで
station.
でよろしい
Yeah.
です。
What?
まあとにかく乗ってく
Come
ださ
on, hop in.
ああ、はい。
Okay.
僕を乗せ
Are
て
you
大丈夫
sure
だったん
about
ですか？
this? Don't you have someone else to pick up or something?
い。ん？
Hmm? No,
あ
I'm
な
here
た
to
を
pick you
迎
up.
えに来たんですよ。
僕をですか？
Really? That's interesting.
僕を。
You're here to pick me up specifically.
国道沿いの
Yeah. Boss called and said I had a fare waiting at this bus stop. You're saying you didn't call me? I did not. Guess someone else arranged it for you. And Kuze was on the phone, so maybe it was Kuze. The Ben Detective Kamihara? Thank you for calling the cab for me, Dice. That was really helpful. Oh, hey. Yes. What is it? Did you know that the cops found a body not too far from where I picked you up? Yeah, I heard about that. I heard a rumor that kid was killed somewhere around here the other night. Word travels fast. Yeah, something crazy like that, you know? People are gonna talk. I guess the kid was in middle school. Poor guy. Yeah. Makes me sick to think about it. A little charm. It's got some sort of charm. Shoulder driver. It's just the taxi driver. Nothing really else. Yeah, nothing to really look at. Observations. Hell of a thing for a kid to get killed in a place like that, huh? I mean, maybe the killer figured they could count on the place to be deserted, you know? So what were you doing there anyway? Are you some kind of police detective or something? Not exactly. I'm how can I put it? Come on, son, you look like you're in high school, aren't you? Hey. I drive past all the time for work, but I've never picked anyone up there. Or picked anyone up or dropped someone off there, which is interesting. So I gotta ask, what were you up to? Unless he's lying. I just had some business to attend to. I see. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. He often drives by this area for work. You said you drive through this area often. Yeah, I do. I was actually out here the night before last, probably around 10 p.m. Alright. Oh? We haven't ruled out someone driving by may have seen something. It's right next to the road. Maybe the driver saw something. Did you see anything noteworthy when you drove through this area the other night? Anything noteworthy? Yes, anything at all could help. Let me think. Let's see. Maybe there was something. Oh, right, I almost forgot. What is it? I saw a motorcycle parked there the other night. A motorcycle, huh? A motorcycle, huh? Oh, literally. I wrote the script. Clearly, you can tell. I'm positive that I saw a motorcycle parked over there the other night around 10 p.m. I'm sure of it. Oh. Yeah, it was a nice looking bike. But, I'm guessing the rider was just, you know, making a pit stop.
あれとは
A pit stop? Why there? Bathroom break, kid. You never see a bike on the side of the road. The rider is probably taking a piss.
運転手さん
He's pretty confident about this interpretation.
タッチションのために止めたという以外には
I see it all the time. Nothing else to say except I'm dang sure the driver stopped there to pee.
タッチションのため
Okay.
事件当日
So there was a motorcycle parked at the crime scene around 10 p.m. on the night of the murder.
ちょっと気になるな
It's concerning to say the least.
でもオートバイ
And
じ
if
ゃ
the killer was riding a motorcycle,
佐々木君を別の場
then
所
they
で
must have
殺し
killed
現
Eisuke
場まで
there.
運ぶのなんて無理だろう
I
し
can't imagine transporting a body on a motorcycle.
やはり佐々木君は
I
パン
think
プ
it's
場で
most
殺
likely
害されたと考え
Eisuke
る
was
のが
killed
自然
at the
だ
pump station, but
オートバイの持ち主
why
は
was a motorcycle parked there? Did they see Eisuke's body? Maybe?
亡くなっている佐々木君に気づいたいや
No, it
そう
can't be.
あの辺りは夜は真っ暗になる
It's
そうだ
dark
し
out there at night, so if a motorcyclist was just passing
あ
by,
んな奥まったところ
it seems unlikely that they noticed Eisuke lying that far back from the road.
第一発見者
Wasn't the person who called the murder there in
分か
the
った
early
人
morning?
結局
Yeah, maybe the driver's right after all.
さっきから
So,
気になってる
I
んです
gotta
が
ask,
お客さん
why does it
は
feel
なん
like I'm
で
being
また
interviewed by a
刑事さ
detective?
んの聞き込みみたいなことをしてるんですか
Yeah.
高校生なのに
I mean, you're in high school, right?
実は僕
Well, I'm actually in sort of a detective club.
街で起きた不思議な出来事を
We
みんな
like
で
to
調べて
investigate anything strange that happens in town.
探偵だっていうことを言いそび
Why
れて
didn't I just tell
思わず
him
変
I'm
な
a
こと言っ
peon?
ちゃったよ
Oh well.
へえそりゃ
Hey,
楽
that
しそう
sounds
でいい
kind
で
of
すね
fun. Yeah, it's all fun and games.
一昨日の夜のことで
You didn't happen to see anything else that night before last, did you?
そうですね
Nah, don't think
す
so.
みその
I
代わり
suppose
って
it's
わ
not
け
what
じ
you're
ゃないん
looking
です
for,
が
but I
私
do
の
have a
こと
story if you want to hear
話し
it.
てもいいですか
Hmm? No, let's hear it.
はいどうぞ
今日
Well, you know how I told you I got a call about a fare out at the bus stop?
あそこで
When
少
they said
年
there
が
was a
待
young
って
man
る
out there waiting for me, I got
実
nervous.
は私ちょっとギョッとしたんですよ
What?
タクシー
See, you'd be surprised how often we get
こ
calls
とが
from...
意外とあるんですよね
From what?
乗せちゃう
Calls
何を
from...
ですか
Who?
この世のも
I
の
don't
じゃ
know,
ない
like
ものを
phantom calls from another world? You show up and no one's there. It's creepy.
あの場所って
You
男
were
の子
hanging
が
out
殺
near
さ
where
れた
that
場所
boy
で
was
しょ
murdered, right?
あなたを
So
迎え
yeah,
に
if
行く
you
のが
had
夜だ
got,
っ
if
た
I'd
と
gotten
し
the
たら
call to pick you up at night, I might have
理由をつ
just
けて行かなかったか
faked
もしれ
being
ませ
sick
ん
or
わ
something.
プロ失格ですね
I know it's kind of unprofessional.
あなたが好きそうな
Anyways,
話か
thought
と
you
思った
might
んで
want to
すよ
know. Sorry if I
つまんない
wasted your
話で
time.
申し訳ありさあ
Alright,
そろそろ
let's
駅で
get
す
you
よ
where you're going.
あはい
Sure.
じゃあ
今から後ろにチェックだけど
Yo, I'm going to Ushio's house. You want to come?
新作のどんなもん
He's got Basilisk Quest 4, doesn't he?
行こうぜ
Heck yeah, I'm in. Let's slay some basilisks. Minami Dyson Junior High School. Oh, we're gonna be Ayumi now? Middle school boys are so energetic. We are. That's awesome. So we get to do some of this too, where we investigate as Ayumi as well.
ここが佐々木くんが通っていた
I
南
need
大
to
山
talk to
中
kids
学
at
校ね
Minami Dyson Junior High,
生徒たち
where
に話を
Eisuke
聞いてみ
Sasaki
ま
was
し
a
ょう
student. Wait up! Hmm?
僕も行く
I'm
って言
coming
った
too.
じゃん
Why are you
なんで
leaving
置いてっ
without
ちゃう
me? Huh?
うん
Hmm?
かわいい
So cute. Oh.
こんにちはお姉さん
Excuse me, miss,
南
can I
大山
help
中
you?
に何かご用で
What
す
can
か
Minami Dyson Junior High do for you? Oh,
こんにちは
hello.
あの
Are you sure your friends left without you?
大丈
Oh
夫です
yeah, I'm okay.
困っている人に
I
は
should help people in
声を
need,
かけた方が
right?
いいんですで
I mean, that's what my mom says and all my teachers.
そうなの
Is that so? Well, thank you.
困ってるわけじゃ
Not that
ない
I'm
んだ
in
けど
need
な
necessarily.
じゃあちょっとお話聞かせてもらおうかな
Okay, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Are you sure you're okay with it?
はい
Yeah,
何でも聞いて
ask
くだ
me
さい
anything.
女の人には親切にした方がいい
I'll
んで
never
す
say no to a nice woman.
ってお父
That's
さ
what
ん
my
が
dad
いつも
always
言ってます
says anyway. I see.
それに僕は一
Anyway,
年生だけ
I'm
ど
only my
物
first
知り
year
なんで
here,
す
but I know a lot. Ask away.
本当に
First
頼
year?
もしいの
Well,
ね
you seem like you've got it figured out. Like I
本当に
said,
本当だよ
I'll never say no to a nice woman. Oh, jeez, I'm just kidding.
佐々木英介くんのこと
Do you know
っ
about
て
what happened to
知ってる
Eisuke
かな
Sasaki?
お
Yeah, they
昨日
told
の
us at
朝礼で
yesterday's
聞きまし
morning
た
assembly.
びっくりしまし
I
た
was shocked.
死んじゃっ
He's
たんで
actually
すよ
dead,
ね
isn't he?
3年生の人だって言ってました
I heard he's a
それで
third year, and
それだけです
that's all I
ごめんな
know.
さい
Sorry.
とんでもないわ
It's okay.
話してくれてありがと
Thank
う
you
ね
for talking to me.
お姉さんはすごく可愛いです
You're so cute, miss. Oh, come
そ
on,
んな
you're
ことない
flattering me.
普通
僕は
No
可
way,
愛い
you're
と思い
super
ます
cute.
佐々木英介
All I
さん
know
は
is
3
that
年生で
Eisuke Sasaki was a third year and that he was
ということし
killed.
か
All you know? Okay.
さっきのかけてった子たちもだけどショッキングなこと
Something
が起きたのに
terrible has happened.
生徒はつい
Pretty
に
much
普
feels
通
like a
な感じ
normal
なの
day
ね
around here.
学校全体の
I
雰囲
wonder
気
what
って
the
どう
mood
な
of the
の
school
か
is
しら
overall.
あの
I'm
話し
sorry
に
if
くかっ
this is
たら
hard to
申し訳
talk
ないんだ
about.
けど
いえ
No,
そんなこと
no,
は
it's not that. It's
ない
just
で
ow.
か噛ん
I
じゃっ
bit
た
my tongue.
大丈夫
Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. So,
それで
what did you want to
聞
ask?
きたいことって何ですか
佐々木英介くんのことを受けて
Have you noticed anything different or concerning at school since the incident with Eisuke Sasaki?
暗い時間に一人で外出するの
Don't
は
go out
避ける
alone
こ
at
と
night and
夜
stay
は
away
ポン
from the
プ場
pump
に近づかない
station.
こと校長先生
That's
か
what
ら
the
そう
principal
聞いたの
told
で
us.
みん
I
な
think
今日
everyone
は
is leaving
帰る
early
のが
today
早
as
いなと
well.
思ってます
Hmm.
あとは
Also,
ポンプ場
I
近
have
く
a
に
few
止まる
friends
バス
who
を
commute
通
to
学
school
に
on
使
the
ってる人
bus
も
that stops near the
何
pump
人かいたんで
station.
すけど自転車通学
They
に
said
帰
they
る
were
ん
going
だ
to
って言っ
start
てまし
riding
た
their bikes instead.
そうなのね
I can see why. Be
じゃあ
careful when
帰
you
る時
leave
も気
today.
をつけてね
あ
Oh,
はい
I will. Hmm?
それから
And then,
えー
let's see.
僕
It's my first year here, so I don't know much about the school. Sorry. This kid seems like he's suddenly deflated. Kid. Hey, so... What?
どうしちゃったの？
What's wrong?
僕
I...
物知りだって
So I know I said I know a lot, but
佐々木
I
さんの
don't
こと
actually
も
know anything
学
about
校の
East
ことも
Gay. Or the school, really.
女の人
My
にで
dad's
も
always
男の
telling me
人
not
に
to
でも
lie, no matter who
嘘
I'm
は
talking
絶対つい
to.
ちゃいけないってお姉さん
I'm sorry, miss. Hey, you're being honest now. I appreciate it.
それから
Also,
佐々木さ
I
んの
did
こと
try to think of everything
何
that
か
I
わか
could
るか
about
なっ
East
て
Gay.
中学
But
生で
the
も
more I
死んじゃう
thought
んだ
about
な
it,
って
the more scared I got.
ものすごく
I started
怖くな
thinking
ってき
about
ちゃ
how
った
even kids my age can die.
僕も急に死んじゃったり
I
するのかな
started worrying that I might suddenly die, you
怖い
know?
よ
It was so scary. Oh,
私こそ
oh
ごめんなさい。
dear, I'm really sorry that my
嫌な
questions
気持
brought
ち
up
にさ
these
せちゃったの
kinds
ね
of。feelings for you.
違う
No,
お姉さんは悪くな
no,
い
it's not your fault. Dude, what's taking so long? Hurry up.
ちゃんとついてこいよ
Yeah, hurry up if you're coming to Ushio's. We're the only ones who know where he lives.
あごめん
Right.
ドナクエやろうぜ
First one there gets the first run in Basilisk quest. Yeah. Um,
姉さん誰？
可愛かったな
who was that lady anyway? She was cute.
すごく
Totally almost as cute as Sayori.
似てたよ
No way, Sayori is definitely cuter.
あ
Bro, you've got a crush on Sayori?
ーなんだうわーこいつ
Big time, he's got it bad.
違う
Shut up, I'll fight you. The innocence of youth.
中学生ってよくわかんない。
Oh, junior high kids, I just can't relate.
うーん
Maybe there are some other
他
kids I
に
can
話
talk
を聞
to.
け。あ、
Oh,
女の子たちがこっちに来る。
some girls are approaching.
1
They
年
don't look
生
like
ではな
first year
さそうね。
students.
あの子たちに声をかけてみ
I
ましょ
should
う。
talk to them.
こんにちは。今ちょっと話せるかな？
Can we talk for a minute?
私、
My
宇津
name's
木探偵
Ayumi
事
and
務
I'm
所で助
assistant
手をし
at
て
the
いる
Utsuki Detective
立花と言いま
Agency.
す。
え
You're a detective?
あ、
This must be about
もしかして
Eisuke.
佐々木くんのこと？そう、
That's right.
今佐々
I'm
木英
working
介
on
くん
this
の事件
case
を
if
調
you
べて
don't
いるの。
mind. I have a few
よければ
questions.
話を聞かせてくれない？
聞き込みってやつですか
Whoa,
知ってること
like you're
何でも話します
interrogating me or something? Sure, I'll tell you everything I know. Yeah, I hope this is okay.
私とここにいる友人は佐々木
My
くんと
friend
ク
and I
ラ
were
スメートでした
classmates with Eisuke.
じゃあ3年生なんだ。
Oh, if they were in the same class, they might have some promising information.
昨日の朝礼で亡くなった
They announced that he died at the morning assembly yesterday. I couldn't believe my ears.
佐々木くんがどんなこと
Can I
聞い
ask
て
what
も
kind
大
of
丈夫？
person Eisuke was?
はい
Yeah,
明るい性
he
格
was
で
always really positive and he had lots of friends, both boys and girls.
成績も良
He
く
got good grades, he was
て
kind.
まして
I just can't believe what happened.
辛いこと聞いて
I'm so
ご
sorry
め
to
んね。
ask questions about this. I'm sure it's painful to think about. Nah, it's
大
okay.
丈夫です
I'm the class
私学
representative.
級委員なので
I should be able to handle it.
3年生の間じゃやっぱり
Everyone
す
in
ご
this
く話題
class
に
is
な
still
ってて
talking about it a
みん
lot.
なかなり
We're
ショ
all
ッ
in
クを受けてい
shock.
ますでも下級生は割と普通
I
な
guess
感
the
じです
kids in the younger grades might
まあ
not be as
生徒によって
affected. I
違い
mean,
はあります
it varies from kid to kid,
ね
right?
うわあ元気出して
Come on now, don't be sad. I know it's hard right now.
すごくショックでした。
I'm so shocked.
ごく普通の
I
中
think
学校
this
だ
is
と
just
思
a
います。
normal school. Nothing special. Right?
それはそうと。
Anyway,
私、
I could tell from the moment I saw you that you were special,
最初から気
miss.
づいてましたよ。っていうか、
I mean,
探偵
being a detective is so cool. Oh, you think so? You agree, don't you?
そう
Yeah,
ね。
I guess. Hmm.
佐々木くんって明るくて勉強もで
Aisuke
き
was
て
bright,
優しい男の子だ
studious,
った
and
のね。
kind boy.
はい。
Yeah,
その
he
通りで
was.
す。
Everyone
みん
liked
な
him.
のそんな佐々木くんの最近
Did
の
you
様
notice
子に
anything different
何
or
か変わ
unusual
ったよ
about
うな
his
ところは
behavior
なかった？
recently?
うん
Nothing in particular. He was acting normally, right?
普段？はい。
Yeah, he was.
いつも通りで
Business
し
as
た。
usual. Hmm.
彼女たちから話を。
Hear from them.
佐々木くんと特
Can you
に
think
仲
of
が良
anyone
か
who
っ
was
た人に
particularly
心当た
close
り
with
ある？
Aisuke?
そうですね。
I mean, he got along with everyone. He treated everyone like an equal.
誰か
I
な？
wonder who it could be.
誰だろう？
Oh, come to
そうい
think
え
of
ば。
it.
何？
What do you
何か
remember?
思い出した？
Something else?
隣のクラスの森本
Yeah,
めぐみ
I'm
さん。
thinking of Megami in the class next door.
あ
Oh,
あ、佐々木くんの幼
Aisuke's
馴
good
染の。
friend, right? They go way
確か
back.
お姉さん。
Miss, I bet she knows
森
something.
本さんなら何
Talk
か
to
知っているか
Megami
もしれません。
Morimoto.
森本さんってどんな子な
What's
のかな？
Megami like?
同じ学級
Well, we're
委員で
both
はあ
class
るのですが
reps, but for different
クラス
classes,
が違う
so
のであんま
I
り
don't
知
know
ら
her
ない
well.
です。
But she
いい子
seems
って感じは
nice,
します。ね
right?
え、うん。
Yeah. What we got so far? Talked to someone on the phone. Bright personality, was popular in his school. Was a longtime friend of Megami Morimoto, a student from another class. We have this one. We don't know. Third year student at Minami Daisen Junior High. He's been friends with Eisuke Sasaki since childhood. Megumi serves as a class representative. Oh, sorry, that's Ayumi. We have this one. Eager. Okay. I think we've got everything else. We'll just have more
森
time.
本さんは何か知って？
Alright, let's go find Megumi.
ここにはいま
He's
せ
not
んね。
here.
あまり知
I
り
don't
ま
know
せん
much
が。
about her, but she seems nice. What do you mean she's not here?
考えてみれば、
I think
さ
the
っきから
girl on the left
左
must
の
be
子
more
ばかり
talkative
話して
of
る
the
わ
two.
ね。右の子。
I'd love to hear what the girl on the right has to
Maybe
say as well. Something like this.
ちょっと緊張
Looks
し
a
てる
little
のかな。
nervous.
あなたも
How
他に
about
何
you?
か知って
Do
る
you
こと
have
があったら
anything you'd
聞
like
か
to
せて
share?
もらえないかしら。他にも
Me?
ですか？ 探偵のお姉さんのお手伝いだよ。
We're here to help Miss Detective. Come on, think. Hmm?
っていうか、
You should just go
森本さん
talk
に
to
直接
Megami
話聞け
herself.
ばいいんじゃない？いや
Ooh,
ー、
I'm
私
sharp as
冴
a
えちゃって
tack
るな。
today.
こうなったら、
How can I do that?
森
Where
本
is
さん
Megami
いる
anyway?
かしら。あ
I guess this is where the class representative comes in.
私、森
What I
本さん
mean
を呼ん
is,
でき
I'll go
ます。
get her,
お
miss.
ね、ちょっと、
Oh, hang on. Oh, bother.
元気な子だね。
She sure is energetic, huh?
はい。
Yeah,
元
sometimes a bit too energetic, I worry.
一緒にいると
But we
楽
have
しい
lots
こ
of
とが
fun
たくさんあ
together,
る
so...
ので
Would it be alright
もう
if I
少し
ask you a
いろいろ
few
聞
more
いても大
questions?
はい
Okay.
佐々木くんは
Ace
さっき
he
あの
was
子が
just
言って
like
た通りの
everyone
男子で
says.
す本当に誰とで
Outgoing,
も話す子で
friendly. He could light up any room on his own. Did you like
佐々
Ace?
木くんの席に
When I think about the fact that he'll never sit in
もう佐
class
々木
with
くん
us
が座る
again,
ことはないんだって思うと
I...
やっぱり寂しいです
It's just so sad.
先生
The
たちも
teachers are definitely
大
also
き
in
なショックを
shock.
受けていたようです先生たちも森本さんのことはそこまで詳し
何か聞けるといいんだけど。
Hope to hear something from her, so how much...
ちょっと緊張してるの
He
かな。
looks a little nervous. Maybe you do know more about Megumi. But...
これは
Is it okay
言
to
っていい
say?
のかなこれは実は私
Actually, I
佐々木くんの
I
お
heard a
友達の
rumor
ことで
about one of
ちょ
Aisuke's
っと気になる
friends.
噂を知ってるんです
Rumor, huh?
噂
What kind of rumor?
はい
Well, I didn't want to
で
make
も
a big
変に
deal
騒
out
ぐの
of
は良
it.
くないと思って
I
黙
just
ってよ
thought
う
I'd
と
keep
思
it
ったんですけ
quiet.
どお姉さんの役に
But
立つのな
if
ら
it helps you somehow,
ぜひ聞かせてちょうだい。
yes, any info you have could be helpful. I'd love to hear it.
はい
Okay, so it's about a boy who was
実
good
は佐々
friends
木
with
くんと仲が良
Aisuke.
かったいやーめんごめ
Sorry
んご
to keep you
お待たせ
waiting.
し
Oh,
お姉さんす
and
み
I've
ま
got
せん
bad news.
森本さん
Megumi isn't
今日
here
はお
today.
休みで
Sorry,
した
miss.
そうなのね。
See, well,
わざわ
thanks
ざ
for
探
going
し
out
に
of
行
your
っ
way
て
to
くれ
look
てあり
for
がと
her.
う。
森本さん
Anyone
なら
knows
何
anything,
か知っ
it'd
て
be
ると思
her.
ったんですところで
What were you
何の
talking
話して
about
た
while I
の
was gone?
佐々木くんのお友達に関
Just
す
that
る
rumor about
例の
Aisuke's
噂
friend.
噂
That rumor? Oh!
ちょっと
Shh,
声を
not so loud.
確かにあの
Yeah,
噂
that rumor
話は
seems
超
super
重要な情
important.
報だね
You never
さす
disappoint.
が
Nice
や
work.
るじゃん
Hmm?
お友達のね
Well, his friend, yes, that's
Hi.
right. Yes?
そんなに
It's
大
probably
げさな
not a big
話じゃない
deal.
でしょいやいやいや
Are you
知ってる
kidding? If
の
I
と
were a
知らないの
detective,
じ
I
ゃ
definitely
天
want
と
to
地
hear
の差があ
that
るよ
rumor.
超重要な
I
情報
have to ask, can you
何
share the super important rumor with me? Aren't you supposed to be the detective? So you should be able to figure it out without me even saying anything, right? Does that work?
うーん。あのことね。
わかるんですかいやいやさすがにそれはないでしょう実は佐々木くんと一番仲の良かったケンジくんという男
So
の子
here's the scoop. Aisuke was friends with a boy named Kenji,
佐々木くんと
but they both kind of had a crush on Megumi. At least that was the rumor. Little love triangle going on? Oh? I think you mean
私は山本
Kohei,
くんじゃな
not
くて
Kenji.
滝口
Okay,
くんが取り合って
Kohei,
た
not Kenji.
滝口くん
Kohei?
やば
Wait, do I
もしか
have
して
it
ま
wrong?
た間違えた
Yeah,
あちゃ
I always
ー
get
いつも滝
Kenji and
口くんのこ
Kohei
とをケンジくんっ
confused.
て言っちゃうな
Why do you get
あ
them
の二人
confused?
なぜか似てるからさ
Because they look alike? Speaking of lookalikes, who was actually in the room?
お姉さんすみません滝口くん
I
が
confirm
正しい
that
です
his name is Kohei Takiguchi.
そうな
I
の
see.
ね。
Thank you
どう
very
もありが
much.
とう。あ、いけない。
It's almost
そろ
time
そ
for
ろ塾の時
cram
間。
school.
やば、そう
Ah,
だった
you're right.
探偵のお姉さん。
Good luck with the investigation, Miss
調査
Detective.
頑張ってください。
Solve it for Eisuke.
忙しいと
Thank
こ
you.
ろ協
I'll
力し
do
て
my
くれて
best.
どうもありがとう。
I appreciate the time taking to meet with me.
お役に立てたなら嬉しいです。
Glad we could help.
頑張ってください。
Good luck.
おいお前たち、気をつけて帰るん
Hey
だぞ。
kids, be extra careful on the way home, okay?
ポンプ場には近づい
Don't
ちゃ
go
ダメだぞ。
anywhere near the pump station or on the principal's orders.
しかし、
Even though someone will have to go near it at some point, we do need the pump station, I suppose.
うわ、出た。バサッチだ。
Yeah, Basachi. See you later, Basachi.
バサッチ
Basachi? Glad you kids are well, anyhow. Nothing to be afraid of if we play it safe, right?
はい。福山先生。
Of course, Mr. Fukuyama. See you.
ちゃんと挨拶ができるのは偉いぞ。
How wonderful of you to use my real name. See you all tomorrow.
福山。
Fukuyama. His
それに
voice
この
is so
声。
familiar. Hmm?
立花。
Tachibana. What's this? Who is he?
もしかして
By chance, are
福
you
山
the
先輩
Fukuyama I know
です
from
か
Naginata Club?
なぎなた部の
Naginata Club?
そうとも同じ中学校
Sweet.
の。
Oh, I can't believe you remember
覚え
me.
てくれてたの
Junior
か。
high.
嬉しい
How
な。
fun.
やっぱり立花か。
I
立
knew
花
it
だよな。
was you, Tachibana. You are Tachibana,
可愛
right?
いったな。
Ayumi Tachibana? I never have imagined. Hmm?
久し
It's
ぶりだな。
been way too long,
懐
right?
かしいよな。
Good old
な立花。
Tachibana.
福山先輩
Well,
変
he
わって
sure
ない
hasn't
な
changed. Still gets way too close when he's talking to you. So, what are you doing here
立花は
anyway?
こんなところで。
はい実は
Well,
私
I'm actually an
探偵の
assistant
助手をしているんです
detective.
何？立花が
right?
探偵。すごいじゃないか。
Tachibana the crime solver? That's great.
ついに薙刀が実
Did they
践
let
に
you
役
carry
に立
the
つんだ。
Naginata or
先輩こそ
wait,
どう
what
して
are
ここ
you
に
doing here?
実は俺、教師になった。
I'm actually a
ここ
teacher
に
now.
赴任してきた
I've
ばかり
just
な
been
んだ。
assigned to this school.
そうだったんですね
I see.
佐々木のことで
You
来たん
must
だ。
be here investigating Eisuke Sasuke's murder, right? Let me help you.
佐々木英介
I'm
君の
so
ことは
sorry to hear about
本当に
Eisuke.
痛ましいことだ。
It's just such a tragedy. A junior high kid losing his life so young. It's beyond sad.
俺は犯人が憎
I'd like to tell the killer that I hate him, straight to his
い。言ってやり
face,
たいよ。
and I want Eisuke back. Didn't you just transfer it?
我が南第三中学校
I
の
think everyone here at Minami Daisen Junior High School feels about the same.
さっきの生徒たち
Hopefully, the kids you were just talking to helped with the investigations.
はい
And they
い
did,
ろんな
and they
話を
gave me
聞か
lots
せて
of
もらい
info.
ました
そうか。
They're so brave
悲しみ
to be dealing with the trauma and still able to help a
やっとの思いで
detective.
話していたことだろう。
そこまでじゃ
They
なか
were
っ
doing
たか
all
も
right, though.
佐々木くんはみ
One
んなの
thing
人
they
気者だったって
emphasized was how popular
そう
Eisuke
話
was
して
with
くれました
everyone.
そうか。
佐々木くんのお友
I
達の
also
こと
heard
も
about
聞き
some
ま
of
し
his
た
good friends.
そうなんだ。
I see.
森本めぐ
Like
みさんのことと
Megumi
か
Morimoto? Oh?
Hmm?
What's that face? Hmm.
あと
And
滝口く
also
んという生徒の名前
Kohei
も出ました
Takiguchi?
なるほど。
I see.
他の生徒たち
Can
の
I
こ
ask
と
you
も
a few
先輩にお
questions
聞き
about
してもい
them?
いです
それはもちろん。
Yes, of course. Ask me anything.
ありがとうございます
Great.
福山
Thanks,
先輩
Fukuyama.
すまない。
Sorry, Tachibana. Hmm?
何でも聞い
I
てく
know
れ
I
と
said
言
you
っ
could
ては
ask me anything, but
事件について
I don't really know
あま
anything
り詳
about
し
the
く聞かされ
case.
ていないんだ。だから
So I'm
今
afraid I
立花
might
に
not be
話
of
が
much
出る情
help
報は持
besides.
ち合う。俺は佐々木の
I wasn't Eisuke's homeroom teacher, so I didn't actually know him very well.
佐々木が他のクラ
Even
ス
though
で
Eisuke wasn't in my class, he was one of our precious, irreplaceable students.
事件解
So
決のた
please
め
let me know if there's anything I can do to help you solve the case. Okay. What about Megumi?
森本めぐみという生徒は
Do
ご
you know
存
a
知ですか
student named Megumi Morimoto? Megumi Morimoto, is that what you said? Yes, some of the kids
佐
said
々
that.
木英介君と
She
仲
was
が良
good
かった
friends
と
with
さっき
Eisuke.
聞いたんですけど、
そうだったのか。
Oh, I didn't know
それは
that.
知らなかったな。
So, yes, Megumi is a student in my class,
学
and
級委員をやって
she's our class representative.
独特な髪
Did he
型するのね、先
struggle
輩。
with her name there?
そういえば彼女
Come to think of it, she's absent today.
佐々
I'm
木
sure
の事
this
件
has
がよ
all
ほど
been
答えても違い
traumatizing
ない
for her.
そう
Yes, I'm sure
佐
that's
々木
it.
の事件だ。
I can't imagine.
うん、
Hmm,
佐々木の事件はかなりショ
this
ックだ
whole
った。
thing with Incursive, it's definitely what's going on. Kohei?
滝口君という
Do
生
you
徒
know
の
a
こと
student
はご
named
存知ですか？
Kohei?
滝口
Kohei?
Oh,
Oh,
Takiguchi.
Kohei Takeguchi.
彼も俺のクラ
Yes,
スの
he's in
生
my
徒
class.
その子も佐々木
I
君と
heard
仲
that
が
he
良
was
かった
also
と
good
聞きまし
friends
た。
with Eisuke.
そうだった。
Oh, I didn't realize that.
滝口は
Kohei is a very
おとなしくて
quiet,
真面目な
serious
生徒。
student.
彼もひ
He
どく
must be
心を痛めている
heartbroken.
ことだ。
I'm sure he could use some
心のケアが
emotional
必要
support
だ。
right now.
そうか。佐々木と仲が良かった。
I didn't realize he was good friends with Eisuke.
佐々木のこと
This
だ。
whole incident has made me realize that I'm helpless to protect these kids, even as a teacher.
無念だ。
It's a shame.
学校。
The kids do a lot of learning here, that's for sure.
ここで彼。
By the time they leave, they've hopefully understand what it takes to be an upstanding citizen
勉
in the
強。
world.
学校ではそして
Of course, the other thing about school,
我々教師たちもまた。
we teachers learn a lot
生徒
from our
たちから
students.
様々なことを俺はいつも
My students are always reminding me about what's important in life.
気づかず、つまり学校では
Everyone grows
人
at
が
school,
成
you
長する
see?
ためには
That's how I spend my days,
俺はそう
Tachibana.
思って日々を過ごしているんだ。立花、
So, Tachibana,
はい、
yes?
俺は生徒を
I'm
守る
just a
ことも
helpless
できない。
teacher who can't even protect my students.
だが、
But if I had the opportunity to save one of them from something
大
tragic,
切な生徒を守るためな
like what happened to Eisuke,
この命すら
I'd gladly give my own life.
福山先輩って
His heart's in the right place. I think being a teacher is a
教
good
師
fit
の
for
職
him.
は向いてるのかもしれないわね。福山先生か。
Fukuyama became a teacher.
教
It
育
makes
熱心な
sense.
教
He
師。
seems
って感じね。
dedicated and enthusiastic about it.
でも
But still,
森本めぐみさんのことを聞い
can't
た
help
時
but
の
wonder
反
about his
応が
reaction when I brought
ちょ
up
っと気
Megumi
になっ
Morimoto.
た。
Yeah,
ああ、森本
Megumi
は
Morimoto is, Oh, no!
すまない。
I'm sorry,
臨
Tachibana.
時の職員会議がある。
We have a staff meeting right now and I'm running late. I should go.
ありがとうございました。
It's okay.
福山先輩。
Thank you for all your help, Fukuyama.
いやいや、当然のこ
The
とだ。
least I could do.
と言っても
Wish I could
あ
help
まり
more.
協力はできていないが。
とんでもない
Well,
です。
the information you've
貴重
provided
なお
has been
話を聞
helpful.
かせて。ただ、
But
警
this
察の捜査は
investigation is
始まった
only
ばかり
getting
です。
started.
私はそのお手
And
伝い
I'm
を
gonna
す
be
るため
seeing
に
it through.
ここへ来たんですよ。先輩にいろいろと
So
協
I'm
力していただ
hoping
ければ
you'll continue to
事件の
cooperate with the
早期解決
investigation
につな
and
がると考えてい
help
ま
us
す。
solve the case quickly.
お願いできそうでしょうか。
Can I count on your continued support?
そうだな。
Yes, yes,
そ
of
の
course,
通りだ、
Tachibana.
立花。喜ん
Happy
で
to
協力させてもらうよ。
ありがとうございます、先
That's
輩。
great. Thank you.
じゃあな、立花。
See you later, Tachibana.
生徒たちと話して思ったけ
Talking
ど、
to
中
some of the kids. I
学
wonder
生
if
って
that's
独
what I
特
was
ね。
like as a junior high
私も
student.
福山先輩も大変だろう
Seems
な。
like Fukuyama is struggling to cope with what happened.
先輩なら大丈
I'm
夫
sure
か
he'll be okay.
な。そろそろ事務所に戻らなくちゃ。
Should probably head back to the office soon.
あれ、もう帰ってるか
I
な。
wonder if Conan is there yet. fast travel. Hmm? Hey, Tachibana, I should get your contact info. If I hear anything from the students, I can share it with you.
先輩、職員会議は
What happened to that staff meeting?
何か情報があったら
I'll let you know the moment I have any news.
迷惑かな
Or would that be a bother?
本当ですか？ありがとうございます。
No, not at all.
私の携帯電話の番号です。
Here's my cell phone number.
こちらこそだ、立花。
Thank you, Tachibana.
俺の番号はこれだ。
And here's my number, just in case.
俺は
I'll never forgive the
俺は
person who
犯
did
人を
this.
決して許さない。
I vow to help you in any way I can.
君に。
はい。
Yes, I hear you.
じゃあ、近いうちに
I'll
また
see you again soon.
必ずだぞ。
I'll keep my promise, Tachibana.
はい。よろ
Yes,
しくお願いします。
of course. I'm counting on you.
気をつけて帰るんだぞ。
And be careful on your way home! Back at the Utsuki Detective Agency.
ただいま戻りました。
Hello, I'm back.
おかえりなさい。
Welcome back,
私
Conan.
も今帰っ
I
たと
just
ころ
got
よ。
back too.
二人とも
Good to see you both. How did it go?
調査結果は
What information were you able to uncover?
18年前の事件。
Well, I found out the police withheld the info about the paper bags 18 years
世
ago
間を刺激しないためだったんです
to
ね。
avoid provoking the public.
異様な手口による
So they were worried about a copycat killer. I can see how that would have muddied the investigation.
最初の被害者と
I
接触のあった
also
男
learned
性
about
は
a missing person who knew the
実際に
first
多量の
victim.
血痕を残して
They
失
found a
踪
lot of
したと
blood in his apartment.
加害者とも考えられるが
Interesting.
何
Seems
らかの
likely
トラブルに
suspect,
巻き込まれた可能性
but
も
also
高い
possible they were involved in some unrelated trouble.
それと佐々木君
And
の事
last
件
but
の
not
当日に
least, when I was
遺体
investigating
発
the
見
crime
現場の
scene,
近くで停車中のオ
I
ートバイ
spoke
が
with a
目撃
witness,
されていたようで
the
す。
cab driver who
今日は
brought me
僕が乗っ
here,
たタクシーの運転手からの
who
情
saw
報です
a motorcycle parked near the scene of the crime.
オートバイ
A motorcycle, eh?
ところで先生、18年前の連
Were
続事
you
件の
aware
さ
that a young boy also
少
went
年が
missing
行
around
方
the
不
time
明
of the
になったこ
killings
とを
18 years
ご存
ago?
知ですよね。
久世誠
Yes, it was
あの久世
Makoto
刑事のお
Kuze,
兄さんだね
Detective Kuze's brother. Oh,
はい、そうです。
glad
やっ
you
ぱりご
already
存
knew
知だったん
about
です
that
ね。
wrinkle.
実は誠さん
I
が
was
失踪した
actually
時
working with the
警
police at the
察
time
に
as
協
well.
力してたんだよ当時連続少女
Inspector
殺人事件に
Kamada
か
was
かりきりだ
overwhelmed
っ
with
た
the
カム
serial
さんから
murder,
の
so
依
he
頼
asked me
で
to help with the missing person case.
彼の失踪も何か
Of
関連
course,
があ
there
るの
was
では
some
と考えた
speculation
そ
that
う
the
だ
two were related.
なるほど。
I see.
彼は夜になって
The
も帰
story
ってこ
goes
ない
that
妹の
looking
純
for
子さ
his
んを探
sister
しに行
Junko
った
who hadn't come
い
home,
なくなってしまっ
he
た
was never seen again. What?
ちょ
Wait, so what happened to
Kuze.
Junko? I mean, Detective Kuze.
純子さんは一人で帰って
She came back alone,
その
but
時ひ
she,
どく怯えているように
well, she looked pretty shaken up to me.
怯えていた。
Shaken up, you say?
気になった僕は
I was curious and went back to visit Junko again another day, but that time, well,
一切口を開
he
かなか
didn't
った
say a word.
それ以降
After that, she refused to even see me when I
会うことす
visited.
ら拒まれてしまってね
Hmm.
そして昨日
Believe it or not, yesterday was the first time I've seen her since then. Ah.
僕からは以上だ
I'm afraid that's all there is to that
あ
story.
ゆみちゃんの調査結
Now
果を
let's hear
聞
what
こう
Ayumi found.
あゆみちゃん、お願い。
Amy, please go ahead.
私は
Sure, well, I went to investigate Minami Daisen Junior High
中学校に
School,
行ってみました。
Eisuke School.
そこで聞き込み
I
をし
asked
た結果、
around, and
佐々木くんは明る
it
く
sounds like
ク
Eisuke
ラ
was
スの人
bright,
気者で
popular.
成績も良かった
got good
ということ
grades.
が分かりました。最近
Of
も特
course,
に
the
変わった
students
様
were
子もな
shocked
く、
by his death.
突然のことに
I
生
said
徒たちは
nothing
驚いていま
unusual
した。
had been going on.
その佐々木くんは
Also, speaking of Eisuke,
森本めぐみさん、
he seems to have been especially close with students.
特に仲が良かったみたいです。
Megumi Morimoto and Kohei Takiguchi.
その二人の生徒の
I
担任
spoke
の
to
先生から
Fukuyama, both students'
話を聞
homeroom
くこと
teacher
がで
as
きまし
well.
た。福山という先
Fukuyama
生
was
なん
actually
で
my
すが、
senpai back when I was
実
in the
は
Naginata
私
Club
の
in
中
junior
学
high.
時代のなぎなた部の先輩だったんです。
Ah.
お
Oh,
お、そう
really?
なのか。
佐々木くんの担任ではないんです
Eisuke's
け
in a
ど、
different
できる
class.
だけ調査に協
But
力したいと言
Fukuyama
って
still
もらいまし
promised to
た。
help the investigation.
それはラッキーだよね。
That's great,
あゆみちゃ
Ayumi.
ん。
うん、私も驚いちゃ
Thanks.
った。
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise.
じゃあ今日分かったことをもとに
Well, I'd like to hear you
二人の
both
推理
review
を
the
聞かせてくれ
evidence
ない
you've
か。
gathered today.
今回の調査でも
Your insights will be a
君たち
great
の活躍
value
が
to
大
the
き
overall
な助けになりそ
investigation.
うだ。
Let's also just check off all the notebook stuff. So we got Eisuke, right, friend of Megumi Morimoto, a student from another class. He was also good friends with a male student named Kohei Takiguchi. There's also a rumor that Kohei were both interested in Megumi romantically. Junko Kuze returned home in a terrified state. Kohei Takiguchi. It seems like he was on good terms with Eisuke, but there are rumors that the two of them fought over Megumi. Kohei is a classmate of Megumi's with the same homeroom teacher, Tsubasa Fukuyama. He assisted on the case. Makoto Kuze. Makoto disappeared after going to look for Junko when she didn't return home on time. He's been absent from school since the day Eisuke's body was discovered. He's classmates with Kohei Takiguchi and their homeroom teacher Tsubasa Fukuyama. Of course, we have Tsubasa Fukuyama. He was Ayumi's senpai back when the two of them were in Naginata Club in junior high. Nicknamed Basachi by some students, he's a teacher at Minami Daisen Junior High School. He wasn't Eisuke's homeroom teacher. He's Megumi Morimoto and Kohei Takiguchi's homeroom teacher. Mr. Fukuyama becomes fidgety and acts suspicious when Megumi's name is brought up. That's definitely concerning. Yep. We have the quiet girl. And we have the cab driver. Interesting. Let's review.
18年前の連続少
Why
女
don't I
殺
start
人
with
事
the
件
serial
を判明
killings
した
18 years ago?
久世刑事のお兄さん
I
久世
uncovered some
誠さん
info
に
about
関する
Detective
話を聞
Kuze's
くこと
brother,
ができた。
Makoto
彼
Kuze.
は
I covered some info. Detective Kuze. I mean, that is true. We can't be sure if he had anything to do with the killings, but it seems he was connected.
連続少女殺人事件と関係があるか。
あなたの言う通り
That's
ね
right。to me.
何も分かっていない。
Yes, but unfortunately, that's not
という
saying
ことがないが。
much. And we know even less.
ただ、誠
It
さ
is
んの
true that the
失踪
murder
を機に
stopped after Makoto
連続殺人
disappeared.
事件が鳴りを
I'm
潜んだ
curious about
と
that.
いうの。
It was after Makoto disappeared, but also after Junko returned. So was that a botched one? But Junko was also younger than the ages of the other three girls.
今回の事件と18年前の連続
Next,
少女
here's
殺
what we
人
know
事
about the
件の
ties
つながり
between
だが
Eisuke's case and the killings
これらを
from 18 years
踏まえ
ago. Killer from 18 years ago has become active again. No, the killer is a copycat. I would think it's a copycat. It's probably this. We can't be sure if there's any connection.
この2つの事件のつながりは不明ということだ。
One's from 18 years ago.
ああ、
That's right. Without evidence, we can't point to any kind of connection just yet.
ただ
However, there is one thing that we can deduce. Oh, I see. You're suggesting that the killer was likely imitating... Emio, right? The killer was likely imitating Emio? Yeah, that's right. I think we should consider it a valid hypothesis. Well, all in all, I'm impressed with your reasoning. Way to play it cool there, but don't count me out just yet. I could still solve the case. As we proceed with the investigation, I'd like you to take a look at the Kuze siblings code. I have a feeling that Makoto Kuze's disappearance is relevant somehow. Understood. As for you, Ayumi, can you see if you can get more info from the folks at Minami Daisan Junior High? I'm on it. But what about you, Mr. Utsuki? I'm going to dig into the Emio legend a bit more. There's something about the smiling man I want to confirm. I may be occupied for quite a while. Mr. Utsuki marches to the beat of his own drum. So your old senpai's a teacher at the school, huh? It's great that you have the connection there. Yeah, that's right. Fukuyama even came to watch our club after graduation. Sounds like a good mentor. Totally, but boys weren't allowed to be a part of the Naginata club at his high school. Your senpai is a man? Well, yeah. Oh, also we exchanged numbers so he can let me know if he learns anything useful. Oh, great. Yeah. Is there something wrong? You suddenly got weird about this. Yeah, play it cool, my dude. Don't act weird like that. No, it's nothing. Okay, if you say so. This is chapter 3. Chapter 3, The Language of Flowers. Yukariko Village. According to Mr. Unski's directions, the house where the Kuze siblings lived should be around here. Maybe I should ask for different directions. Alright, well I think with chapter 3, that's what we're going to call it on this one for now. Interesting progress has been made. It's definitely an interesting question. File 1. I do wonder. Oh, they give you a lot of data now. I don't think they gave you this many slots. I wonder if there's different paths and different endings. Interesting. It's an interesting question, right? Because, like, I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can say about it. I don't know that we've met the killer yet. But maybe we have. But I'm not entirely sure. Could be a copycat, but the bag is old. Why is the bag old if it is a copycat? Even if they're doing the Emio, you know, even if they're copying the urban legend, why would the bag be old in that case? Doesn't make sense. But also, if it's the same person, why isn't the MO the same? Why is it different? I mean, it's 18 years, so the MO could have been changed. It's also possible that it's not the same killer, but it is someone related to the case as well. Interesting. Well, I'll be back a little later, you know. I think the plan is I'll be back tomorrow to stream the next couple chapters, and we'll see where we're going. It's an interesting mystery, and I do wonder, because I'm not using the save data I have from the other 2 games on this playthrough. I wonder if there's any differences if you have actually played them. Might have to go back and play it again. Alright, well, everyone, have a good time wherever you are, whatever time it is. Stay safe and have fun.